Live from the Times Union Center in Albany, New York. Two teams, one dream. Two teams, one goal. Two teams, just one win away. And a right to go to the Frozen Four. Welcome to the NCAA Hockey Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Meow. It's a cat fight in Albany. The Tigers of RIT, the Wildcats of New Hampshire. How did they get here? Well, it was as a result of yesterday's doubleheader, Barry Melrose.
Well, we saw some great hockey yesterday. We said both teams had to come in and their best players had to be their best players. Right there you saw Burt, excellent young player for RIT, score a goal. But the story was Jared DeMichael in net for RIT. This guy was fantastic. He's their best player, and he was, John. In game two, Bobby Butler stole the show. This guy might win the Hobie Baker. He was fantastic. He got 2 goals and big goals when they needed them most. That's what a great player does. He also got help from a guy called Mike Sislow, who also had 2 goals, John.
So much on the line today. We've gone down from 4 teams to 2 teams. New Hampshire, RIT. The winner goes to Detroit and the Frozen Four in April. Well, once again, welcome in. We are live on ESPN UHD. I'm John Butchergoss with Barry Melrose. Barry, so much on the line. Yep. We mentioned the biggest win in school history for RIT.
The only one so far.
One day later, they must top it, because today would be an even bigger win for this program against UNH.
Man, what a young program to come in, play Denver your first game and win it, and then have to play UNH, another storied franchise in college hockey in the United States, as your second game. But I'll tell you, RIT has been fantastic. They're just a great story. They're doing it the right way. They played great discipline. They had a great game plan, and they were full marks, John. They played super.
Let's start, though, with UNH, Barry. They were the Hockey East regular season champions, really hit their stride in mid-November. Bobby Butler, 29 goals. That leads the NCAA. Whenever New Hampshire plays their final game, he'll sign an NHL free agent contract a day or 2 later.
Well, don't think this guy's a one-dimensional player. Don't think he just scores goals and does anything else. He kills penalties. We saw him blocking shots. He's on the ice 5-on-5. When you're up a goal, down a goal, that's what great players done. Last night right here, they were losing 1-0. There's the goal to change the game. It went through the net. He knew it was a goal. The referees looked at it a little bit later. The building went crazy. 20-some seconds later, they scored the second goal and took off from there. So just a fantastic game for Bobby Butler and UNH yesterday.
The Tigers, again, 27 wins. They win the AHA. They make their first trip to the NCAA tournament, and they win their first game against Denver. Barry, they're a red-hot team. They've won 11 games in a row, and their most interesting story is their goaltender, who wasn't even a starter in high school.
Well, his name's Jared DeMichael, but he threw a masterpiece at us yesterday. I would change my name to DeMichael Angelo if I was him. That is good right there. He was awesome. And again, watch how he plays. Square to the shooter. Rebounds are controlled. If there is a rebound, it goes to the side. Just so confident in net, and the team feeds off him. They know if they make a mistake, that goaltender will bail him out. He's got a great personality for a goaltender. He's very calm, relaxed, and he is the leader of this squad in net. He was fantastic in the first game RIT played in the tournament. He's going to have to be better in the second game. He's going to have to play in the tournament.
And at the other end of the ice is the New Hampshire native, the senior, Brian Foster from Pembroke, New Hampshire. And Barry, what's his mindset today for New Hampshire?
Well, he's the favorite, so what has to be in the mindset of the favorite? He knows he doesn't have to steal the game for UNH. He knows his team will score him some goals. He just can't lose it. It's a tough situation to be the favorite in net. The other guy gets all the credit. The other guy doesn't have any pressure on him. All the pressure in the world's on Brian Foster, but he's a veteran goaltender. He's played big games, and I expect him to play very well today for UNH.
Marco Hunt, Derek Shepard, the referees, Dan Carey, Bob Kelty, the linesman, and the video review judge once again is Jeff Fulton. We're underway. New Hampshire, the higher seed, they get to wear the home whites. RIT once again in the road orange. The winner of this game goes to Detroit and the Frozen Four, and we start with a very quick icing on RIT. New Hampshire sends their big line out there, their top line of Phil DeSimone, Bobby Butler, and Paul Thompson. And once again, Wayne Miller, the coach of RIT, sends out Cameron Burt, Sean Murphy, and Stevan Matic.
Well, again, you're going to see probably, and on defense, they're going to have Ringwald and Tanev out there every time Butler's line's on the ice. Those two guys play a ton of minutes. They were great yesterday. They'll have to be even better today at playing against Bobby Butler's line, which is actually DeSimone's line, but Butler gets all the ink.
Sean Murphy chips it up to Matic. Matic around the net. Burt goes after it. The two centermen battling along the sideboard. DeSimone comes out with it. Goes back to Blake Kessel. Yes, brother of Phil Kessel of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Puck around the net dangerously. Squirts out to the sideboards. Slap shot goes wide. Almost deflects off New Hampshire defenseman Matt Campanelli. Goes all the way down the ice.
And this was RIT's best line yesterday, the Burt line. They scored a goal on the power play. They were good defensively every time they were on the ice. They were physical, and they had a number of good chances offensively, which they didn't bury, but certainly created a lot because of their great defense.
New Hampshire now looking to make a change. Paul Thompson still out there. He'll look to get off now as the puck comes down. No icing. Foster plays it. Chips into the corner to number 4, Damon Kipp. The defenseman chips it high into the crowd.
And the good thing about this game for RIT, John, is they don't really have to change the mindset. There's Cameron Burt, had a goal yesterday, plays great. You see his numbers playing very, very good of late, as are all the RIT players. They wouldn't be as hot as they are, and they wouldn't be one game away from going to the Frozen Four if everybody wasn't playing well.
Favot, Brenner, and Mazzei out there for RIT. New Hampshire has LeBlanc, Sislo, and Burke. And here they come, 3-on-2. LeBlanc, Sislo, watch this wrist shot over the cage. He's got a wicked release. He scored yesterday. A couple of goals in the win for New Hampshire. Here he is again. Dangerous wrist shot. This one doesn't get through. Sislo still has it. Good pressure, but a great diving effort right there by Tyler Brenner. And he'll dump it in towards Foster. Foster will have to play it as Favot, number 28. Pressure. Shot towards that. Favot again. Backhand in the slot. Through traffic, but it doesn't get to the cage. And back comes UNH. These are two good skating teams. We should see plenty of great action up and down the ice. Burke throws it towards the cage, but Favot is there. He's the man that Wayne Wilson calls the heart and soul of this team. Our smallest guy, but our biggest heart. Back come the Tigers. Brenner the shot. Saved by Foster.
And again, we talked about yesterday, John, RIT needs to score first. A defensive team, an underdog, needs to score first. It makes them better defensively. They don't have to change their game plan, and I'm sure that's what Wayne Wilson, the coach. What a job this guy's done getting the team ready to play Denver yesterday. An even harder job to get them ready. But again, the game plans are similar. You're playing against a very skilled team in UNH, just like you did Denver. You don't have to change the way you played from game 1 to game 2.
Adam Hartley, Brent, Alexin, Scotty Knowles out there in orange as the Wildcats now enter the zone, chip it in. This is the third line for them. Mike Borsniak, Steven Moses, and Dalton Spielman are out there.
Moses is probably the best skater on UNH, believe it or not. That kid can fly. 22, just watch him if he gets the puck.
Puck now in the neutral zone, and back come the Tigers. Foster can't find it, turns around, Knowles hard hit in the corner. Here's Brenner, chip pass, here's Tanev. He scored the first goal yesterday against Denver, which really set the tone for the Tigers. Both teams today are coming out sharp, just like yesterday. Moses across, but it's chipped away. Quick change, almost too many men.
Very close to too many men.
Back comes UNH, Borsniak looking for it, goes wide. Wildcats look to make a change now. To the side of the net, McMichael though is there on the net. Back come the Tigers, looking to bust out of their zone. Get it in deep. He played 3 minutes. No score. The winner of this game goes to Detroit and the Frozen Four. John Butchergross, Barry Melrose, East Regional Final in Albany, New York on ESPN UHD. Here comes New Hampshire. The top line's out there again. Saved, rebound, Butler, and he stands on it. Bobby Butler had the 1-0 lead on his stick. Back come the Tigers the other way. Sean Murphy barreling down the right wing. Short side shot just goes wide. Murphy's out there again now. Shot from the point. Murphy gives up a rebound, but Campanelli clears it. DeSimone brings it back out. Up and down they go. DeSimone leaves it for nobody, and here comes Murphy with it. Murphy would backhand it in deep. Try to get it deep, couldn't do it. Here comes Kessel now. Passes it up. Here's Butler again. Butler stopped, passing across to Thompson, a bit too far for him. And here come the Tigers back in. Thompson picks it back up the turnover, and he enters the zone. Thompson waiting, throws it. Blocker save. Nifty shot there by Thompson, almost surprised DeMichael. Kipp tries to kick it. He does, out of play. face-off outside the RIT zone.
RIT's really trying to change quick, trying to get fresh guys on the ice every time the Butler line's out there. Almost caught them a couple times, John, with too many men on the ice.
He had 2 goals yesterday, and Bobby Butler almost made it 1-0. He had an open net, but a bouncing puck goes off his blade. No score in the East Regional Final. The NCAA Hockey Championship is presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We'll pick you up. And RIT, Barry, better pick up Bobby Butler in transition.
Well, we're going to see some defense by RIT here, but you can see the speed of Bobby Butler and UNH already causing problems. You see Butler bringing the puck up there. Obviously, you got to stop before you get to the line if you're Thompson, but this is not the setup you want. You don't want 3 guys together. One guy's going to take Butler, one guy's going to focus here, the other guy here. Butler's going to beat them wide with his speed. That's got to change. You can't let them do that consistently. RIT got lucky here because there was a wide open net by Butler that he wasn't able to put in. That's got to change.
Face-off won by the Wildcats. Wildcats in white, higher seed. They're not wearing the home whites. That's just outside the zone for offside. Shots on goal, 3 for the RIT Tigers out of Rochester, New York. Rochester Institute of Technology and the UNH New Hampshire Wildcats for the right to go to the Frozen Four in Detroit.
As you said, they started out D3, John, then they moved to D2. Now they're finding a D1 program, and they're 1 win away from the big prize, which is the Frozen Four.
And their first ever appearance, or just first appearance, not first ever. All right, back come the Wildcats. Damon, Kipp, Brent, Kostolansky out there as well. The LeBlanc line is LeBlanc, Sislo, and Burke out there. Sislo, like Bobby Butler, has a great shot. He has the puck on his blade right now, and he's going wide. Looking for a shot, nothing there. Takes it around the cage. Still looking, nothing there. Just like yesterday, RIT, real good coverage, forcing the play wide.
Exactly. They don't give you the middle of the rink. You'll see DeMichael doesn't get a lot of shots in the middle of the rink. They're from the side, and great goaltenders are going to stop that most every time. Right there, Dick Umili, great coach, probably one of the most well-respected men in college hockey, along with Jackie Parker and York from BC. This guy just continually wins. He continually builds good young men. He's a great mentor to these guys. He's done the exact same thing this year. As we've talked about, the only thing he hasn't done, John, is win a national title.
Got a couple tries. 3 wins away. They got win number 1 yesterday against Cornell. Mike Borsenok, Steve Moses, Dalton Spielman out there for UNH. Comes back, Nick Freitas, number 18. Freitas and Mike Beck, the defensive pair for Dick Umili out there right now. There's Spielman forechecking. Here's Borsenok coming in, born from Albany, New York. Shot! Deflected nicely there by Chris Tanev, as that wrist shot was destined for upper 90 on the left, but it's Tanev with the nice stick check.
As I said, the RIT continues to change on the goal. Really careful who's playing against who. There's obviously matchups that Coach Wilson wants consistently against these UNH forwards. So we'll see if that continues and see if it ends up hurting them eventually with a bad change.
So Borsenok again on the face-off.
RIT was great on draws yesterday against Denver. They really won a lot of big draws, especially late in the game.
Borsenok waved out. Dalton Spielman out of San Jose, California, comes in. Moses, good pressure behind it. It almost caused a turnover, and the Tigers are able to get it out. Deep, just in front of the red line, almost an icing. Tigers now will try to get some pressure on Brian Foster. Comes back out to the neutral zone and chipped back in. So back and forth they go. Nick Freitas and Mike Beck against the defensive pair. Third line still out there for New Hampshire. Big hit there by Steve Moses.
Brent, this team, UNH, is getting behind RIT a little bit in this game. We've already seen it a couple times. That didn't happen yesterday against Denver. Denver wasn't able to stretch out the ice the way UNH has been able to so far.
Denver never comfortable. They had a bad flight coming into Albany, really bumpy. It actually shook up a lot of the players, and they just never recovered. They had a bad trip to Albany this year, and they went home early. Once again, third year in a row, they lose their first game of the tournament.
And that's a team that was 1 or 2 all year long in college hockey in the United States.
Yeah, they didn't have their legs. Like you mentioned, UNH came out from the first shift with their legs. It continues today, and so does RIT. We expect a very competitive game, and so far we've had that. And here comes the big line again. Butler slapping the stick on the ice like we heard all day yesterday, wanting that puck when he's open because he knows how dangerous, how good he feels. DeSimone entered the zone. Beautiful pass to Thompson. Wrist shot off the glove of DeMichael. Almost trickles behind him. The first goal in this game, so enormous. Both teams want it. Back the other way we go. Mark Kornakia, centering feed. Try to hit Taylor McReynolds, but it goes wide. The net is off. Face-off will stay in the New Hampshire end. So Kornakia and McReynolds almost hook up.
That's the fastest Kornakia skated in 2 games, I'll tell you. He was flying right there. Here's the save again. Not the prettiest save DeMichael's made in the last 2 days, but certainly effective. And you're going to see a nice pass here. McReynolds goes to the front of the net hard. It's a timing play. He knows he doesn't have time. He knows he's just going to hit it as it comes through the crease. If he hits it, has a good chance of scoring a goal. It was up in the air a little bit of a saucer pass. He wasn't able to make contact.
Yeah, Matt Campanelli had a strong game yesterday and a strong effort there to tie up his man in front of the cage. Face off to the right of Brian Foster, the senior goaltender for UNH. DeSimone, Butler, Thompson still out there. DeSimone wins the face-off. Campanelli, the defenseman, tracks it down, chips it on the wall. Butler chips to DeSimone. Here come the Wildcats. Great pass to Thompson. Little backhand sauce. Thompson, wrist shot, partially blocked. Juicy rebound by DeMichael, but no one there to convert. Butler looks to hit. DeSimone in the neutral zone. Murphy looks to dump it deep. Can't. Kostolansky, Brent, number 15. Here's DeSimone. He has room. Enters the zone. Looking, going wide. Throws it across. Nothing there. Thompson battling, number 17. Butler creeping around there in the top of the circle, waiting for the puck to come out. He talked to his dad, John. He said from a young age he had a great hockey sense and a lot of hard work, and that has brought him here to this point. Hey, coverage of the NCAA Hockey Championship continues on ESPNU tonight as number 2 seed St. Cloud State, number 1 seed Wisconsin, and the West Regional Final. So all chalk in the West Regional Final, the NCAA Hockey Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car tonight following our game at 9 Eastern time. So there it is. Wisconsin takes care of Vermont, and in overtime, St. Cloud State double overtime beat Northern Michigan.
Yeah, Northern Michigan gave up a goal 20-some seconds into the second overtime. That's a killer.
LeBlanc, Sislo, and Burke out there for it, New Hampshire. It's the Brenner, Favot, Mazzei line. A very dangerous line for RIT in orange. These guys are dynamic and they can score. Favot, the man with the puck. Wayne Wilson calls him the heart and soul of this team. In after it is Mazzei, another slick offensive player, number 19. Mazzei behind the cage. Kipp is battling. Kostolansky comes out with it. Great breakout play by New Hampshire. Here they come. LeBlanc gets it back from Sislo. He stops, turns, waits for a defenseman to trail. Does get it to Beck. Puck on the dot and out. Beck will chip it back in.
Good defense. Again, UNH had the puck and they were flying around, but they never got a scoring chance. Middle of the ice was protected, so every shot would come from the side.
New Hampshire sends their 4th line out for the first game. First time of the game. That's Connor Hardoa, big hit behind the cage. And here comes New Hampshire though. McCary with it. Kevin McCary delayed offside, has to wait, can't play it. Chip back in there by Connor Hardoa, the 4th line center. So again, Bobby Butler, Hobey Baker finalist, days away from signing his first professional NHL contract. We'll get to know him a little bit better when we return.
I am Bobby Butler. I am a right wing and I'm from Auburn, Massachusetts. My favorite NHL player is James Van Riemsdyk because I got the chance to play with him 2 years ago. I got this scar this summer playing Summer League out in Hingham, Mass. Got a puck in the face, 28 stitches.
Let's learn more about UNH's Bobby Butler as we take a look at our Campus Connection player profile. Best hockey moment, hugging his dad at center ice after winning the state championship. His dad is still the head coach, Barry, of Marlboro High School. John, he stopped by before the game here, and tears in his eyes as he talked about the pride and love he has for his son.
Well, we certainly hope Bobby gets his dad's size.
He's a big dude.
He is a big dude.
All right, no score here halfway through the first period. East Regional Final in Albany, New York. John Butchergross and Barry Melrose on ESPN UHG. The winner goes to the Frozen Four, the RIT Tigers. Back they come on Brian Foster, and hard into the net. Has taken it hard to the cage was Adam Hartley, the freshman. Faceoff will remain in the New Hampshire zone, or will it come outside?
That is a pretty saucer pass right there to Hartley. That's excellent. That's when you put it over a player's stick, kids, and it lands flat. That's called a saucer pass. And you saw a great execution of it right there, right onto Hartley's stick. He went in, made a strong move to the net. He wants a penalty, something. Referee says, no, you fell into the goalie. You're lucky I'm not giving you one for goaltender interference. Get back there and take the draw.
So Hartley's the one who causes the net to dislodge, according to the referee. So the faceoff comes outside the zone. If a New Hampshire player had knocked off the cage, the faceoff would have stayed inside the New Hampshire zone. As the Wildcats look to chip it in deep. Third line out there, Borsenok, Moses, and Spielman out there for New Hampshire. This will be icing if it makes it. It will. And it will be icing as Scotty Knowles did make contact, but it was behind the red line.
That's why I don't like automatic icing.
Right.
It just,
and this is the rule the NCAA, Barry, is looking at before
Yep.
the turn of the game. We were on the conference call with the NCAA, and that is one rule that we'll likely see change. Next year, that probably will not be an icing.
And the NHL is going to go to automatic icing.
Happy birthday, Scotty Knowles. He's 23 today, Barry.
I think he's your favorite player.
He's a little sparky.
You like the little sparky
He's like
guys.
a little sparky.
Yeah, you do.
He looks like a little miter squirt out there running around. Feet going 100 miles an hour. Big line out there for New Hampshire. The first goal, so important. There's Bobby Butler, who he just profiled in the corner. Working up the boards. A nice play there by Alexin. Alexin, Adam Hartley, Scotty Knowles still out there. They'll now make a change as the big line is out there. Dumped in the corner. That's Blake Kessel. Again, brother of Phil Kessel of the Toronto Maple Leafs. Matt Campanelli, number 24, is his defensive pair. Paul Thompson, Bobby Butler, I should say, glove down at center ice. We got a penalty coming up on, thought it was RIT, but the whistle blew when New Hampshire touched the puck. An interference penalty is called. I believe it's RIT, not sure why the whistle blew, but it is a penalty coming up. Interference is the call. New Hampshire will have the first power play as Taylor McReynolds. He's one of the hard-hitting, gritty guys that Wayne Wilson counts on, but this time, Barry, too much aggression apparently. Let's see.
Well, there's a flip pass. Ringwald has the puck. Late hit. You could call it a little interference. You know, okay, if that's the way the referees are going to call it like that the rest of the game, that's fine. But they make sure they do. Now the players know what's acceptable, what's not acceptable.
Very close.
Now we need a big kill here for RIT.
Power play for New Hampshire. LeBlanc will play the left point. Remember, he's the centerman on the second line. Sislo's out there as well.
They don't have Butler's line out here.
Not yet. They were just out there before the penalty. Burke, LeBlanc, and Sislo. Down the net, down the ice it goes. Damon Kipp, number 4, is the other defenseman. So Dick Umili going with 4 forwards. Spielman is the other one out here with this normal second line. So the Burke, LeBlanc, Sislo plus Spielman line. Here comes Spielman going towards the net. Sislo goes around back to LeBlanc. Again, playing the left point, normally a centerman. Kipp, the defenseman at the right point. This is Kipp, the defenseman. LeBlanc looking. Wrist shot, but right into the shin guards of Brent Alexin, and down the ice it goes.
Great block. He's in the shooting lane. He's taking everything away. They're giving up his body. That's how you have good penalty killers, folks. Guys that'll block shots and take the shots away by getting in the shooting lanes.
Bobby Butler steps on the ice, times it perfectly from LeBlanc. Thompson reaches for it, can't keep it in. Kessel wheels to the other side of the ice. Power play halfway over as DeSimone picks it up. So the big line is out there now for Dick Umili on the power play. No score, East Regional Final. DeSimone Backhand pass to Butler. Tried to split the D. Can't get there, but he still gets the puck. Back to Campanelli. He'll swing it to the right point in Kessel. So 2 defensemen now at the tail end of this power play for Dick Umili. Kessel will switch spots to get the one-timer with Campanelli. Butler, Kessel, Campanelli. Can't get the one-timer off. RIT closes shooting lanes very quickly and very effectively. Butler turns, but again, cannot get through the skates.
The minute Butler touches it, there's a man in his face. He really goes after Butler. They're not going to let Butler beat them on his power play. You can see that's their game plan.
Campanelli, DeSimone. Butler waiting next to the cage. He has room down there if they can get the puck to him. He's open right now. Here's DeSimone. Kessel keeping the puck up high. There is room down low. They finally go there to Butler. Butler backhands behind the net. Power play is over now. Back on the ice is McReynolds. Thompson wheels towards the net dangerously. DeSimone picks it up. We're 5-on-5 now. No shots on goal in that power play. DeSimone back to the point. Kessel wrists it towards the cage, but easily blocked out there by Chris Saracino. He'll chip it high off the glass to center. Blake Kessel with his footwork. Nice play, and Kessel attacks. He sees an opening. Goes to Butler. Butler, wrist shot, top of the circle. Easy save along the ice for DeMichael. As Saracino wings it around. Butler still out there. The big line will need to change quickly. They've been out there for some time. Thompson backhands it in. DeSimone goes and get it. Take it hard to the boards there effectively.
Here you go, move it.
DeSimone almost tripped up, still with it. Campanelli will pinch aggressively to keep it in. He does. He goes other side of the ice. Kessel, but a poor pass. He had him open behind Kessel. And here come the Tigers breaking out with a tired big line out there for UNH. Attacking are the Tigers. Cameron Burt goes wide. The Detroit native with a win today. He'll go home to the Motor City to play in the Frozen Four. Tandem, wrist shot towards the net. Blocked in front very nicely there by Paul Thompson. Trying to get off the ice. They're out there for a long time. Little mini 2-on-1 developing. Steven Matic can't quite convert. And back comes New Hampshire. Hard hit by Murphy. Third line out there. Again for you make that the fourth line of McCary, Hardoa, and Henry in. And Kratos goes back to get it with Mike Beck as his defensive pair. There's Connor Hardoa, number 2. He's the fourth line center. This line was effective yesterday, and they got more ice time than really New Hampshire people thought they were going to get. Behind the net it comes. Ring around by Mazzei. Where is it? It's in the paint! And the Tigers can't convert, although the time is called and the puck is covered up as Mazzei almost had the wraparound goal to make it 1-0. This is how close the RIT Tigers came to making this 1-0. But it's covered up and we remain scoreless in Albany. Welcome back to the NCAA Hockey Championship, presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Take it away, Barry. Tell us straight me.
Well, penalty killing is going to be important because UNH has got a great team. There might be some penalties created with their speed. But watch right here how they switch positions. This man takes this guy. This man was here. He moves over here, stays with this guy. And the minute the puck goes down here to Butler or whoever, this man's in his face, not giving him any time. Great execution. Again, they're not going to let Butler beat him. They're going to make sure someone else has a chance to score. And it worked very well. Excellent penalty killing by RIT in the first one. Thought everyone moved very well. Good ideas and a good strategy.
Another face-off win by UNH. They lead the face-off scoreboard 11-4 in the early going. And as a result, they have been the slightly more dangerous team. But for the most part, it's been a very evenly played first period. And we are scoreless as LeBlanc comes out there.
You're exactly right, John. I think both coaches are happy with this period. UNH has looked fast. They've had scoring chances. RIT's defense has been good. Matter of fact, DeMichael has an easier first period against this team than he had yesterday against Denver. So they got to be happy.
LeBlanc in front, looks to redirect, can't get it. Kipp walks in. His wrist shot goes over the net. Shots on goal, 5 apiece in this UNH RIT East Regional Final out of Rochester, New York. Here comes Andrew Favot, number 28. As we mentioned, the heart and soul of this team, according to their coach. Out there with Tyler Brenner and Tyler Mazzei. Wrist shot, score! Chris Haltigin, a wicked wrist shot from the point. We'll see if it deflects off anything, but it appears that the defenseman, the sophomore from Oakville, Ontario, has made it 1-0 Tigers.
Deja vu all over again. Didn't the first goal yesterday come from a shot from the point for Tanev through traffic? Same thing here. Your buddy, you mentioned Favot, won the battle in the corner, came up the wall, goes out to the D. Everybody converges on the net. Black pants. You see right there, the goaltender Foster never saw it. Hit the post, seeing eye shot. But again, everyone did their job. There's a battle won in the corner. There's a shot, a good quick wrist shot, not getting it blocked. There's a screen shot in front of Foster. Excellent execution by RIT again. And again, 5-5 the shots. That favors the defensive team, so it's working in favor of RIT again.
Yeah, Tyler Brenner, the big man with the screen, 6'2", 190. But it was a great pass by Tyler Mazzei up the wall. Haltigin the wrist shot, a little bit of a screen. And yesterday we saw Favot with that screen, Barry, on the Tanev goal. So getting traffic, getting players in front of the goalie, throw pucks at the net. And the Tigers have the all-important first goal in this East Regional Final.
RIT's very well coached. They're really good on fundamentals.
Again, the Tigers' first NCAA Division I tournament appearance. Yesterday was their first game in school history. They win it. If they win this one, they'll go to the Frozen Four. UNH looking for that elusive national championship. Here comes the big line, trying to get that goal back. Remember, they trailed yesterday 1-0 UNH, and they never lost their composure. Let's see how they respond today with much more on the line. A trip to the Frozen Four on the line. Chip into the corner now, and the Tigers of Rochester Institute of Technology out of Rochester, New York. Check out the stat pack, top left-hand portion of your TV set as the Wildcats send out Borsenek, Moses, and Spielman to try to get the equalizer as the Tigers respond. Back come the Wildcats. Indeed, Borsenek trying to chop it. Goalie DeMichael, doesn't happen, and Jared DeMichael has a bit of a quiet start here. His team has really played well in front of him again. Back come the Tigers. Towards Brian Foster as it trickles wide. It's Alan Mazzei, the defenseman, pitching aggressively. Puck comes out, taken there by Kratos. Up the wall to Spielman. Spielman across the ice, it goes to Henrien. Henrien enters the zone just behind Spielman. And here come the Tigers the other way. Broken up from behind by the speedy Moses.
Well, that's how RIT scores, and that's how they get their chances. They create offense from their defense, John. They did that yesterday.
Back come the speedy fourth line. Spielman towards the net. Off a boot. And taken out of there nicely by Mark Kornakia. Kornakia, Janda, and McReynolds out there. Turnover in the neutral zone. We chip and change for New Hampshire as here comes the second line. LeBlanc in company. And Murphy and Burt and Matic out there for RIT. Behind the cage, Damon Kipp up the wall. Here comes Burt to LeBlanc. Looking for Sislo, the dangerous right winger with the nasty wrist shot. Kipp will dump it back in. UNH will touch up, continue their forecheck. 1-0. Rochester Institute of Technology. Soft dump in there, and the Tigers will change now. Murphy goes after it, the hard-hitting winger.
Smart play, smart dump there. Excellent dump in the corner, very safe. He was able to change. Murphy was able to go get it. It's a really smart dump by RIT.
Here comes Kipp. He's had a strong first period. Up the wall to LeBlanc. Nice backhand pass to Burt. Burt going to Sislo. Sislo backhands to LeBlanc. A couple of Tigers are on the ice.
Whoa!
Knocked in front. Almost went off the foot of defenseman Chris Tanev and by DeMichael, but good position by DeMichael. Up the ice to Murphy. He needs to get off the ice. He's been out there for a while. Turnover. Here comes Kessel. He'll step up and really anticipate the play well if he sees an opening. Puck sitting at center ice, and off the bench quickly is Butler with speed. Butler taken off the play by Burt. Campanelli has 2 Tigers on him. He loses his stick. Wrist shot by Mazzei. Deflects into the netting. Late first period. Frozen 4 appearance on the line. It is Tyler Mazzei and Chris Haltigin combining for a 1-0 Tiger lead. Thanks so much, Lo. And Boston College taking care of Alaska Fairbanks earlier today. And could it be Yale moving on for a Connecticut-Massachusetts Northeast Regional Final?
A lot of people I've talked to this winter, John, love Yale. They say they're a very underrated team, a very skilled team.
Very skilled. All right, so Mazzei, Favot, and Brenner, the goal-scoring line for RIT on the ice. Tanev and Ringwald now on defense for Rochester.
Again, Ringwald and Tanev are going to be out against Butler's line every shift that they can.
There's Favot out there. Mazzei throws it in front. Mazzei really showed great legs today, number 19 in orange. There's the big man on this line, Tyler Brenner, playing with the 2 little fast-skating skill guys. And Mazzei and Tanev. Oh, right in front, knocked off the puck is Brenner. Nothing called, looking for an interference call, and great pressure by this line that got the goal. Brenner, Favot, and Mazzei. This is Andrew Favot. Throws it towards the net. Floats in there and knocked to the side. Brenner. This is Mazzei. Campanelli trying to get it out of there. Kessel goes over to help out. A little pass there by Brenner, but it's a turnover to DeSimone. DeSimone, though, looking to work his way out. He does, but this is going the length of the ice, and this will be icing. So late first period, RIT, the only goal of the game. Don't forget, log on to Facebook today, search ESPNU and become a fan. Post your best college hockey photos and comments. Show us your school pride on ESPNU Facebook, and who will advance to the Frozen Four? That's a question we want you to answer.
I'll tell you, John, RIT's getting stronger. They're starting to play better. They're getting their game going, the cycling game down low. I really like the way they're playing right now.
Brent Alexin out there with Adam Hartley and Scotty Knowles, and right now RIT is controlling the end of this first period.
And it's their style. They've taken the speed away from UNH. They're not getting those long stretch passes anymore. They're playing little wee corner games, board games. That's not UNH's style.
Coming up on 75 seconds left in the first period. The big line out there for UNH. Try to get that equalizer. Thompson chips to Butler. Here comes Butler with speed. Tries to go behind his skates. Chips to Thompson. Thompson wheels around in front. Back to the point. Kipp shot. Deflected wide of DeMichael. He might have got a piece of that. Another tip in front. Goal! DeSimone! And the Wildcats have tied it up. Brent Kostolansky, the wrist shot from the point, and the beautiful redirection by Phil DeSimone.
You can't teach skill, John, and that line has skill. You saw great speed. They finally got some open ice. It was a 2-on-2 with Thompson and Butler. DeSimone came late. He was the man that was working the puck down in the corner. Great shot from the point. DeSimone was in front of the net, and you saw great hand-eye coordination when he tipped that. Just excellent execution. It looks harmless. Doesn't look like there's going to be any problem. Here's the shot. And there's DeSimone. One tip, bounces twice. And that's what you got to do against great goaltender. You got to put men in front. You're going to score on tip-ins and deflections. And that's what you do right there. DeSimone, great hand-eye coordination.
Wow.
Everybody was where they should be. You know, if he doesn't touch it, You got a goal. You're going to have a save by DeMichael. He touches it. We got a great goal.
That's Brent Kostolansky right there. Yes. He's the one who slapped it, but it did look like Phil DeSimone redirected it.
Yeah, it certainly did. Somebody hit that puck. It bounced up in the air and over the glove.
Yeah.
I got to think that'll be changed.
So the puck into the New Hampshire bench. So Phil DeSimone, the junior from East Amherst, New York, played his junior hockey for Sioux City in the USHL. Brent Kostolansky, the freshman right there from Denver, Colorado. He played for Chicago in the USHL. He slapped it off the boards and it looks like it hit the shaft of DeSimone's stick, bounced down on the ice and got by Jared DeMichael.
And a killer goal, last minute of a period. That's something you don't want to give up as a coach. Now you got to regroup going into your dressing room. You got to make sure you don't give up another one. As we saw, UNH scored 2 quick ones yesterday in that game against.
So once again, let's watch number 39 is Phil DeSimone right in front of DeMichael. Watch this tip and bury off the shaft, bounces off the ice and bounces over the arm of DeMichael. That's an unbelievable goal.
Yeah, that's no doubt that's DeSimone's goal. And again, you just see the skill of these guys. And they practice that every day, folks. That's just not luck. These guys practice deflections, especially the skilled guys, every day on shots from the point.
So here comes UNH with 25 seconds to go. Gigantic hit by Greg Burke, and they're going to call a penalty. Let's see what the call is. It looked like a pretty good hit.
Boarding. It's got to be boarding. Both referees had their arms up right away, so it was an emphatic call.
Let's see. It looks like they're going to actually, they don't know what they're going to call right now. They're going to talk about it. It looked like a hard hit, but we'll take a look at the replay. The puck seemed to be there. It looked like it was a shoulder hit, Barry. There's the puck. Ooh, it's kind of a high hit, a little from behind.
Kind of a high hit from behind.
I guess they're discussing if it possibly
could have been a hit. It might be a 5-minute penalty. That's one of the things they were discussing. Is it 2 or 5? You cannot hit into the boards in college hockey.
I don't think that's the call, though. I think it's interference, and it didn't look like it was interference. The puck appeared to be there. So we'll get a clarification on that. But anyway, it's a power play. 23 seconds left in this period for the Tigers. Let's see. They called interference on that, which, well, like you said, it could have been a high hit as well.
The only thing that interfered was the boards, stopping that guy from going into the alleyway.
So it looks like this period will end, and RIT will begin the second period with the power play. Cameron Burt enters the zone. Favot with a wrist shot. One more shot that would not have counted, as it was just in the glove as the horn sounds. So after 20 minutes, as we expected, an exciting opening 20 minutes here at the East Regional Final in Albany, New York. The winner goes to the Frozen Four in Detroit. RIT, New Hampshire, they came to play and they are playing. Let's head to Low Galindo with Sports Center U. Low.
Check our cords at the door.
Number Stevan Matic. No, Butler gets an assist, okay. So we're talking to him, the senior from Burnaby. Steve, can you hear us?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, Steve. Let us know when the ghosts go.
These contestants will be taking shots from each of the face-off circles. Each contestant will shoot one at a time and are awarded 1 point for each goal that they score. Whoever scores the most points will win a $50 gift certificate redeemable at one of the NCAA team shops located on the arena concourse.
You starting on camera or starting on him?
Tickets to the Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto, Ontario. All right, contestants, are you ready? All right, let's do this. First up is John.
You are looking at RIT senior Stevan Matic. Steve, how would you assess the first period for your team?
We do what we want to do. We want to keep the game simple, get pucks in at their blue line, out at ours, and kind of restrict their transition game. So we kept it simple, and 1-1 tie after the first is it's a good period for us.
Steven, you played against Denver yesterday, one of the most skilled teams in the nation. Today you got UNH. Does UNH do anything different than Denver with their skill, or are they pretty similar to play against?
Denver has a little more size, but they both skate very well. So limiting their transition and their opportunities off turnovers is a big key to our success.
Thanks so much for this, Steven. Good luck in the second half.
All right, thank you.
Why did I say second half? Can we cut that? Can we cut off after I say thank you, Steven?
At least you didn't say inning.
Can we make an audio edit? Second half. That's worse than inning.
We can see because it was a 2-on-2 at the start of the play. It shouldn't have been any problem. Still 3-2. Stop it right there. That's the first freeze right there. Okay, back it up. Yeah, back it up. Okay, there's the shot. Let that shot go. Okay, stop it right there. There's the second freeze. Yep. Yep. You're going to see great talent right here. There's the pass. Now these two guys switch. This man comes over, eliminates him. This man then goes with this man. Good switch. Everything was where they should be. I like this. They're talking. Looks like it's going to be a harmless play, right? No, skilled guys are always problems. There's the pass out. There's the great shot right there. That was almost a goal. Now watch right here. This man is covering nobody. He's got to get over and pick up this guy and not allow him to get to the front of the net because the shot's going to come from the point, and you're going to see what happens. Puck goes out to the point. He loses his man. He doesn't get over to tie his stick up in time. Bang, there's the goal. Great players. You can't give them time in front of the net unprotected, and that's what happened on the goal. Good. Can I get a water when you get a chance, please? Oh, I got one. There's one here. Watch right here. You're going to see some back checking now. This is what skilled guys do. They change lanes. They make you make decisions. But they did make a right decision. There's the defenseman crossing in front of his partner to take Butler, and here's the other defenseman switching with his buddy to pick up Thompson. It looks like there's going to be no problem. Oh, they're playing at the XL. What's that? Yeah, in Detroit, yeah. Yep. The guys have seen it, but they don't know. They've seen models of it or pictures of it. They know where it's going to be. You'd hope it's something like at the outdoor game. You know, I don't know if it's going to be that good. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping it is. Thorny's going to need to see the game. He hasn't thought about hockey in a year.
He's trying to memorize the Orioles middle relief.
Exactly. I'm sure he doesn't know the Washington Capitals. I don't think he knows RIT Tigers.
If he leaves, he's going to do a baseball game. He's all pumped up.
Yeah,
That's great.
He gets to do it in California.
I know. Only leaves.
Yeah, only leaves gets to do it in California. And he gets an exhibition game to do in Florida.
In Florida, yeah.
Couldn't he do a Rock Cats game?
Yeah, really. Take a tape recorder and go to a Rock
Cats game.
It's okay, it was empty.
That's a gallon of steroids down the drain right there.
Just sugar and caffeine.
Got you, Tommy. Who got the first goal was Haltigin?
Chris Haltigin.
Haltigin.
Chris Haltigin. And then the incredible redirection by Phil DeSimone off the Brent Kostolansky shot. Good reacts.
Telestration. Gotcha.
What's your telestration on?
Just how the goal was created. Skill level of these two guys. Right here you're going to see a good switch by Thompson and Butler, but also a good switch by Ringwald and his partner Tanev. Everything looked good. Nobody had a problem there. Well, that's not. That's
actually the 16.
16. Who in the hell?
Oh, Tyler Brenner back checking.
Okay.
I think it was 16. Was it? I thought Tyler Brenner was a right-handed shot.
It was 16 though, right?
That's Brenner. Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. That's fine. Puck. Now you're going to see. What's this guy's number, John?
24.
That's Haltigin.
Yeah.
Haltigin's in both highlights.
Okay.
Here we go, fellas. Big peeper here, big peeper. Come on. Come on, Orange. Come on, Orange. Peeper's got a fucking do for us. Peeper's got a
Hey, boys, we fucking gotta come out with the lead, boys. We want to win. Let's go here. Pretty simple. Hey, here we go now, fellas. Here we go now. Let's go, Corny. Let's go, boys. Why not? Why not? We'll have some fun and get it done, boys. We're here.
Once again, our NCAA hockey coverage brought to you by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We'll pick you up. After 20 minutes, we're all tied at 1. The Rochester Institute of Technology Tigers and the UNH Wildcats. John Butchergrass, Barry Melrose live with you from Albany and Barry. Both goals, shots from the point, traffic in front of the net.
Both good teams, both good goaltenders. That's how you're going to score. 40-minute hockey game now. I think RIT would have took that if you said at the start of the game. Now let's look at the 2 goals in this game. Both similar, you're right. Haltigin, shot from the point, seeing eye shot, hits the post. Foster never saw it coming through all those legs and all those black pants. Now we're going to see a beautiful tip in by DeSimone. Great hand-eye coordination. You're going to see now why this happened, why this guy was so wide open in front of the net. Good work through the neutral zone here. You're going to see skill. The 2 forwards for UNH switch sides. That's Thompson and Butler. What happens here, though, you have a forward playing defense. That's one of the problems for RIT. The switch is good. Everybody's where they should be, right? But that's Tyler Brenner. He's a forward coming back to play defense. Now you see the skill of UNH. You got running around in the RIT zone. Puck goes out to the point here. Now nobody picks him up. That's Haltigin's man. He's a defenseman. Get in front of DeSimone. Tie a stick up. The pucks are going to go out to the point. Doesn't get over in time. He's a little bit lazy with coverage in front of the net. And skilled guys, you can't give them time like that. Yeah, you can say it was a lucky goal. Doesn't matter. If the stick's tied up, much harder to have a deflection.
RIT begins the second period with a power play for 1 minute and 37 seconds remaining, as there was a penalty late in the first period. UNH has killed off their last 28 power plays against.
And RIT got a power play goal last game, John, and they look pretty sharp doing it. They move the puck very, very well.
Ringwald and Tanev on the point with that Brenner, Favot, and Mazzei line, the best line in the first period for RIT is out there on this power play. There goes Tanev, the defenseman, very aggressive, and 2-on-1 the other way. It's Butler, and it's Thompson, but Butler actually makes an ill-conceived pass, turnover back the other way, and here comes Campanelli. Butler picks it up, 2-on-2 with Thompson. Thompson had 4 shots on goal. Rebound, Thompson! No, the referee says, looked like it went in from here, but immediately waved off as Thompson hits the post with his backhand attempt. Burt, chip pass in front. Tanev in front, and it's tied up. So Favot's redirection is covered up by Foster. Let's look at that again, Barry. Boy, it looked like that backhand from Thompson went in, but our referees, Marco Hunt and Derek Shepard, right on the spot. Here it is.
We saw good plays. We saw bad plays. Right here you're going to see the puck. I don't think so. I think it hit the crossbar.
Yep, good call. Bam.
Right off the crossbar and out. But I'll tell you, we saw a bad pinch by Tanev. We saw Butler make a bad pass in the middle of the zone. And yet, you see the skill of Butler and Thompson. It ends up getting goal scoring chance.
Power play almost over. Wrist shot tipped by Kipp. Yeah, Butler had plenty of room to skate and create that 2-on-1, but he threw it past across the neutral zone to Thompson. He wanted Thompson to get the puck and then for him to get it back. But it was broken up nicely, and that's when the wild play ensued.
That's what skill gives you, John. If you make a mistake against Butler and Thompson, it's going to end up in your net. Other players, if you make a mistake, it might take 3 or 4 mistakes to have a goal scored on you. That's what UNH has with the guys like Sislo and Thompson and guys like that. Just so many great individual efforts and talent up front and forward.
All right, Mazer's out there on the point, along with Chris Haltigin. Again, a power play remaining for RIT. It's winding down. Puck behind the net to Foster as Adam Hartley, the freshman, battles for it, showing good strength along the wall. Looks to throw it in front, decides to hold it. Back to Adam Hartley, number 22. Looking. Throws it well behind Mazer, the defenseman, pinching in. So very aggressive play by the RIT defenseman on that power play. We're now back at even strength.
A little risky, some people might say, John.
Kipp tips it up. LeBlanc gets it. Here comes LeBlanc with Sislo, waiting towards Sislo, tipped it, but he tipped it wide and goes crashing into the net, and looks like a penalty is going to be called as well.
Well, Mazer didn't have a stick. Yeah, Mazer didn't have a stick, so he was in trouble right off the bat, and Sislo can fly, so he had to basically grab the guy. This is a good penalty. A coach will never give you trouble for a penalty like this. You know, you took a good scoring chance away from a guy like Sislo who can fly, so again, you see the stick. Mazer doesn't have a stick. You see the UNH player, Sislo, going to the front of the net. You know, that is interference. You interfered with his chance to score a goal. So, but again, that's what we call a good penalty in hockey. You'll never get in trouble for that.
Yeah, he reached over with that hand and raked his shoulder. That was an easy call. Interference holding either one as Sislo is driving to the net. So Wayne Wilson sees his crew shorthanded. And Thompson's out there with DeSimone and Butler, Campanelli. and Blake Kessel. So 2 defensemen out there on the point.
Great draw by Kostolansky. Great draw. Wins it and then shoots it down. Excellent job.
So interesting, it's Butler, Thompson, and DeSimone out there. The big line, here comes Bobby Butler, Hobie Baker finalist. Gains the blue line, drop to DeSimone, the goal scorer. DeSimone back to Butler, Butler in front, Thompson shot, but he shot it wide. Thompson back to Butler. Butler has Campanelli and Kessel on the point. Here's Kessel, head up, back to Campanelli. Kessel. Campanelli playing catch at the line. Now they get it to Butler. Campanelli. RIT keeping things on the perimeter. UNH being very patient. Power play during the regular season not too strong, about 17%. DeSimone, Thompson. Thompson again had 4 shots on goal in the first period. Hit the post in this one. Kessel, wrist shot. Goes wide of DeMichael. Campanelli keeps it in. Thompson goes to chase it down, but Chris Tanev up the wall. Campanelli loses control, and outside the zone, he'll chip over to Kessel, D-to-D.
UNH doesn't put a man in front of the net per se all the time, the way some power plays are. They like to move it around. They'd obviously like to have Butler have the puck more, but RIT's game plan is to make sure Butler doesn't have it, and if he does, not for very long.
Big line goes off for UNH, the third line that'll wrap up this power play. Here comes Sislo now on the off wing. Sislo stops, looking for the trailer just off the bench. Spielman now. Dalton Spielman, the third line winger, chips it back to point. LeBlanc, the centerman, playing the point now for the rest of this power play, can't control. Over to Damon Kipp. Kipp chips it up now. Burt hit hard away from the play and chipped out by RIT. So they're in good shape to kill off this penalty, as both teams early in the second period shorthanded, but doing a good job on the PK as the penalty winds down. And this will be icing on New Hampshire with 1 second left in the New Hampshire power play.
Well, a penalty kill like that can really shift momentum. You're a little bit on your heels after giving up that goal late in the first period. They come out. UNH gets a couple scoring chances, bang, they get a power play, and RIT really shut them down. They didn't even really have a scoring chance in that power play, so certainly something to build on it from RIT.
Yeah, no shots on goal. You can see you can see why the power play struggled during the regular season. They don't shoot enough.
Well, they
have two power plays, no shots.
But again, they don't put a man in front of the net, so you can't shoot unless you put a man in front of the net.
It doesn't do you much good, does it?
Yeah, so it's sort of a 6 of one, half dozen the other. Obviously, as you said, 17%. That's not a good power play with the talent level that UNH has.
Right.
That power play should be 25, 26%.
And John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose live in Albany. The winner goes to the Frozen Four. Sislo, backhander by Burke, shoulder to side by DeMichael. Jared DeMichael has not had to be spectacular in this game, as his team played a good defensive game in front of him. Just the one crazy deflection is the only goal that beat him so far. As DeSimone got a crazy goal to tie the game at 1 after RIT scored the first goal of this game. Out of Rochester, New York, the team in orange, their first ever appearance. They win their first game yesterday. Now looking for the chip to the Frozen Four. Tip in front. A great chance to, again, the defenseman at the top of the crease, Chris Tanev.
Tanev's great. He's about 6'2". He scored last game. He plays against the other team's top line. He's a freshman playing with the senior Ringwald. Just a great young defenseman.
Here comes Cameron Burt in his line. Burt out there with Mazzei now. Burt, he's been kind of quiet this game. Much bigger presence against Denver. Hard hit there. Chris Saracino throwing his weight around, and back come the Wildcats. Kevin McCarry's out there now. Out there as well with Stevie Moses. Both coaches kind of juggling their lines now a little bit, trying different combinations as Borsenuk's out there to try to get it along the wall. Mike Borsenuk, it's taken away there nicely by Haltigin, the goal scorer for RIT. Here's Cameron Burt, the Detroit native. RIT wins this game. They go to Detroit, the Frozen Four. Puck bouncing in front, tipped in front. Steered aside there nicely by Brian Foster, the New Hampshire goalie.
Mazzei's had a great game so far. He was actually back-checking on the UNH chance just before he got a chance at the other end.
And Mazzei and Favot and Brenner, the goal-scoring line for RIT out there now. Brenner hard hit on Thompson as Butler. Thompson, DeSimone back on the ice, and here comes DeSimone. Look to hit Butler across, but it's broken up nicely there. Back and forth they go. A lot of turnovers, back and forth, quick possessions in this game. It's been fun to watch, almost like a tennis match at times, going back and forth.
Again, that favors RIT. If the game's in the middle of the rink, you see lots of bad passes, broken plays. That means RIT's defense is working.
A nice play by Jared DeMichael.
He handles the puck pretty well.
He does. Oh, turnover. Here comes Brenner on the off wing. Makes a nice move. Cuts in front. Kick save by Foster. But a penalty coming up on the Wildcats. And once again, RIT will go on the power play.
Strong move by Brenner. Strong move. You mentioned he's a big boy. He plays with two smaller forwards. Really put the pipe down, took it to the net. Good strong move, drew the penalty. because of his strength, John.
Matt Campanelli, number 24 in white. He gets the penalty right there, sticking the stick in front of Brenner. Power play, RIT when we return.
For information about the Eligibility Center, log on to NCAAstudent.org. Follow your dreams, get eligible, stay eligible. We would like to congratulate Norwich University on winning the Division III Men's Ice Hockey National Championship. Norwich University defeated St. Albert College 2-1 to win its third NCAA Division III Men's Ice Hockey National Championship.
When we saw the selections show on Sunday, our team was all together in the Players Lounge, and it was definitely a great feeling. Definitely never expected to see our names up there with teams like BC and Denver and Miami of Ohio and Wisconsin.
That was extremely exciting, something, growing up and seeing your name. I always dreamed of going to Wisconsin or something like that, but seeing our school up there with the big guys, it was pretty impressive.
And we want to go out there and prove that we can play with anyone in the nation.
Well, they did that yesterday. They beat Denver.
I think they're proving that, yeah.
Now they're trying to beat UNH. Detroit native Cameron Burt on the draw. That's Andrew Favot you saw. Also out there with Tyler Brenner. Face-off one back to number 8, Chris Tanev. Tanev out there with Dan Ringwald. This is Favot. Down low to Burt. This is a good power play. They love to move the puck around. They'll go through the box whenever they can as well. Some slick passers out there in orange. Here comes Brenner. Throws it after that. Easy save by Foster. Brenner 16. He's the big man. Watch for Favot and watch for Burt to make the play. 28 and 18. Here's Ringwald. Here's Favot. He's a slick player. So is the man with the puck now, Cameron Burt. Beautiful pass there. One-timer. Tanev a blast, and a great job by Foster to push off. The New Hampshire native makes the save in net.
Well, you see Tanev with a heavy shot right there. He got all of that, but good save by Foster. He was reading the play. He could see it going down to Tanev. He was there before the shot was actually taken. Right here, Foster's thinking pass to Tanev. See how square he is to the shooter? That means he was cheating. There's no way you can get over if you're playing the shot from Ringwald and then get over. So that's a little bit of cheating. What should happen next time, Ringwald number 6 should shoot it. Take the pass and shoot it.
Kratos and Kessel, defenseman for UNH. Butler's out there. Bobby Butler shorthanded out there to kill the penalty. Remember, they've killed off 29 in a row. So Bobby Butler's out there trying to kill the penalty, maybe even get free for a goal. We've seen the aggressive play by the defense, so Dick Umili trying to take advantage of that and get Butler some open ice. He's only had one shot on goal, Barry. He has not been a major factor yet for New Hampshire.
Actually, he had a couple good chances last time he was shorthanded, so that's good thinking. You got a great offensive player. It always helps if he can kill penalties.
Slapped in around by Tanev, who just had the blast. Burt remains out there, so does Brenner, so does Favot. So the same 5 out there. Now Tanev will go off, and he is replaced out there by Alan Mazer.
All right, RIT's good when they're in setup in the zone. They're having a lot of trouble getting in the zone, so you can see certainly that's one of their weaknesses is their breakout. They're having a lot of problems.
So Bobby Butler goes to the bench now. He's replaced by Steve Moses. Here comes Brenner. They've been out there the entire time now. Brenner tries to make a move around, but no, Kratos with the nice hit. But they keep it alive along the boards. This is Mazer, the defenseman, walks the line, slap shot wide of Foster. Here's Cameron Burt. Burt working. Mazer again. Mazer chipped it towards the cage, looking for the redirection as Brenner can't get it. Kratos chips it up the wall. Moses tries to dig it out. He cannot. Almost glove there by Brenner. Would have been a hand pass, but it's not. And rung around the wall nicely. And down the ice it goes. Campanelli, the door is open. He'll be out of the penalty box right now. So even strength. So it's been a specialty teams period so far, Barry. Halfway through the second period.
But I like that sequence, so much better power play for RIT.
Icing is the call. So the power play for Rochester Institute of Technology. They are now 0 for 2, 3 shots. New Hampshire 0 for 2, 0 shots.
But Mazer probably missed the net on a couple of great shots right there. They got the shots they wanted.
Yep.
They had men in front, traffic in front. Foster made a great save on Tanev. So that was a much better power play for RIT.
Face off to the left of Jared DeMichael. Mazzei runs it down. Pressure there by Burt. Burke, LeBlanc, and Sislo out there for New Hampshire. Here comes RIT, the speedy legs of birthday boy Scotty Knowles, number 3.
They better be
LeBlanc,
fast.
turnover, steal, wrist shot, wide of DeMichael. A turnover there by the Tigers. Just like we saw Cornell doing yesterday, New Hampshire made them pay for turnovers, but not there. Offside is the call. Nice Beck confrontation there with Adam Hartley. 1-1 from Albany. The Rochester Institute of Technology out of Rochester, New York. That's Jared DeMichael, their goaltender. They have outshot New Hampshire 13-10. Hey, this reminder, lace up your skates. ESPNU's coverage of the NCAA Hockey Championship continues tomorrow night. First, 5:30 Eastern, Boston College, Yale. Yale knocked off North Dakota today. And then Sunday, it's the winner of Michigan and Bemidji State taking on Miami. Miami beat Alabama Huntsville today 2-1 in Fort Wayne. And there it is. They await the winner of Michigan and Bemidji State. You see that game tomorrow night. I'll be sitting watching that one 8 o'clock on ESPNU.
Well, I'd say the underdogs are doing a pretty good job of showing everybody that they belong with the big boys, don't they?
Absolutely. Kornakia, Janda, and McReynolds out there for RIT in orange. New Hampshire in white. LeBlanc, Burke, and Sislo. And here they come. This is Burke. This is Sislo. He had 2 goals yesterday in the win over Cornell. But back comes the Tigers the other way. Kornakia in number 10. Here's Sislo, the right winger, number 19 with the puck. Nice little move, but knocked away in the neutral zone as Mike Janda. And just like yesterday, the Tigers clog things up in the middle, Barry.
Take your speed away. They don't give you any chance to get going. Pucks are hitting feet. Pucks are hitting sticks. Great active sticks in the passing lane.
Oh, Sislo to LeBlanc. He was pulled down, and New Hampshire will go on the power play again as Mark Kornakia buried that center on center. Kornakia saw his man LeBlanc go to the net, and he had to make an aggressive defensive play, and he did.
This is a good play right here. You got to do it. The man's going to the net. Kornakia saw that. He got late in the race. You're not going to catch Sislo, one of the fastest skaters on the ice today. So you got to make sure you bother him, you tie him up, you do something. You just can't let him get his stick on that puck. So I'll take that penalty any day of the week. Make sure if you're out there against him again, make sure you always keep yourself between your net and him. But if you get in a foot race, make sure you don't give him a chance to score by giving him an open stick.
It's hooking. The big line and Campanelli and Kessel on the point for New Hampshire as they try to get the goal and the 2-1 lead.
Another great draw by RIT. They beat UNH again right there in their own zone.
Knowles and Alexin will kill the penalty. Here comes Thompson. Thompson, wrist shot, saved to my goal. Number 17 to White, been very good today. Pass in front by DeSimone, had Butler. The puck went bouncing wide. Campanelli, Butler. Butler fans on the chip attempt, but it still goes behind net anyway to DeSimone. DeSimone goes in front. Kessel pinching aggressively. Can't get it. Campanelli keeps it in at the point. Campanelli over to Butler on the point now. Kessel is there against the wall. Kessel, Thompson. Thompson has Butler and he has DeSimone, but that pass is a bit in the feet of DeSimone. DeSimone behind the cage. Butler, they need to get number 12 in white open for his wrist shot, but they haven't been able to do that yet on the power play. Here's Thompson. Butler wants it, gets it, shoots it high, and a shoulder save there by DeMichael. So finally they find number 12 in white, but he cannot beat DeMichael over his left shoulder.
Saracino made a great play defensively. He went down to block the shot along the ice, and you saw the goaltender DeMichael stay up high to take anything high. Butler, being a goal scorer, could see there was nothing low. He tried to go over the shoulder of the goaltender. Nothing was there. Great execution by the two defensive players, DeMichael and Saracino.
LeBlanc and Matic with the draw. One by LeBlanc. Chips it back to Kipp. Kipp. In the corner it goes. LeBlanc and Burt. Sislo's out there. It's cleared.
Well, again, you saw how UNH can throw that thing around once they get going. So you got to think RIT's not going to let him get set up in that zone again.
Here comes LeBlanc, the speedy centerman who drew the penalty, but he can't get it past Tanev, and Tanev chips it back out again. Again, good aggressive play by the PK unit of the RIT Tigers. Kipp will look to get this in deep. Has to do it. They're standing up at the blue line right now. Tanev goes back, gets it. Easily backhands it out. So ineffective second half of the power play.
They basically have 4 guys lined up in the blue line. They take token pressure up high, and at center they all back into the blue line and make their stand at the blue line.
One more chance for a quick rush and maybe a shot on goal before this penalty comes to an end. Here comes Sislo. Nice pass to Blanc. Down the off wing. The centerman waits. Little hesitation move. Goes behind the net. Looking. Sislo has opened the Kipp at the point. Gets by him out of the penalty box, and we're going back the other way. It's Kornakia. Kornakia with nose going to the net. Wrist shot by Alexin. Save. And another save by Foster. The 2010 NCAA Frozen Four moves to the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan in April. The winner of this game will be there for that. The national semifinals begin Thursday, April the 8th, 5 o'clock Eastern Time, ESPN2 HD. For more information on the 2010 NCAA Frozen Four, go to ncaa.com.
Well, one thing I'm hoping is if RIT gets to the Frozen Four, they get their names on their jerseys for that game.
That was Brent Alexin with the slap shot. Has 2 shots on that power play for New Hampshire, but they're now 0 for 3. Face off, Matic is out there with Cameron Burt, Sean Murphy as well. This is Burt and Murphy in the Burt and Murphy. Almost Burt and Ernie Berry. Here comes Moses.
The law firm.
The other way. In on DeMichael. Shot, 2 shots, 2 saves as Steven Moses shows him that blazing speed Barry's been talking about.
Oh, he can fly.
Back the other way. Burt has a man in front. Looking, he does not see him in time. Looked like that was offside. Accurately called. Our linesmen today, Dan Carey and Bob Kelty, that back skate came off the ice, and so offside. So for a second, Cameron Burt had the man, but again, the New Hampshire Speedberry is deadly off turnovers.
Oh, totally. They all can all fly. I think it's the best skating team I've seen in the nation. And this is what we're talking about. Bang, right through the middle. You see Moses' speed. Even if he doesn't score, there's a good chance he could draw a penalty or leave a juicy rebound for a teammate. We saw it yesterday all day long, and we're seeing it today also. Everybody can fly in UNH.
The sophomore from Leominster, Massachusetts, Steve Moses, number 22, and back the other way we go. Here comes Matic. Matic is working out there, but taken by Moses, hit hard on the wall by Murphy. Comes to Mazer, he'll chip it back in. Campanelli out there with Kessel will go back and get it. Borsenok, Moses, and Spellman, the third line for New Hampshire. 1-1 game, the winner goes to the Frozen Four. Here comes Spielman, the shot! Yo, ding dong, he hits the post, Barry. Dalton Spielman, the freshman from San Jose, California.
DeMichael was beat on that shot. He wasn't square to the shooter. There was room on the short side. That caught him by surprise. DeMichael did not think that puck was coming to the net.
Back comes UNH. What a great pass by Kessel there, and almost created a good scoring situation. The puck goes away as Ringwald's out there now with Tanev. The Tigers come back. Here comes Favot, number 28. Can't connect. Kept in there by Mazzei. Number 19 in orange has been very good. Thompson, the big line back out there. Here they come. Butler, 2-on-2. Butler, DeSimone. DeSimone also has Thompson. Throws it across, but can't get it through to Thompson. Chipped away, and here come the Tigers. 2-on-2 the other way. Favot working with Brenner. Favot has some room. To Brenner, throws it in front. Score! Tyler Brenner makes it 2-1. Tigers.
We're talking about UNH making skilled plays. This is great. This play is fantastic. What a great little pass to Brenner.
From Andrew Favot.
The defenseman went down. Favot just throws it about 3 feet, 4 feet. That puts Brenner into the open, and Brenner makes a beautiful play. Great little move right here. Now right here, there's the play. We're looking at a little pass. About a 3-foot pass, and then you see Brennan's hand-eye coordination. He brings the puck from the backhand to the forehand, and that spreads the wickets to the goaltender. And I think it went right between the legs, if I'm not mistaken. Wow! I didn't know Brenner had hands like that. And here's the play, right between the legs, exactly. Going backhand to forehand, spreads the legs out, and that quick little shot puts him right between them.
This has been the best line for the Tigers today.
By far.
They've gotten both goals.
Yeah, Burt's line was yesterday. This has been the best line today.
Good call. Back the other way. Alexin shot. Rebound in front. Alexin shot. Goal! Alexin, the senior from West Seneca, New York. And just like that, the Tigers are leading 3-1.
John, I talked about it yesterday. You cannot give up a goal the shift after you just had one scored on you or you scored one yourself. It's the most important shift of the game. Harmless play right here. Little quick wrist shot, little bit of a juicy rebound, and that's just presence of mind. Alexin goes to the net. Nobody takes him. Nobody gets in his way. Terrible defense. 13 seconds later, that is a killer. We saw it yesterday. UNH did it to Cornell, and now RIT does it to UNH. Just no reason for that. That just means the guys out in the ice are not ready to play. They're thinking about the goal that was just scored, not the shift they're having. This is a cardinal sin for a team giving up a goal like that.
Adam Hartley gets the assist. Alexin only had 3 goals all year. That's just his 13th career goal in 115 games, but this one comes at just the right time. It's a gigantic goal to make it 3-1 Tigers. And their first appearance ever in the NCAA Division I tournament. They are a period and 6 minutes away from going to the Frozen Four.
And that's what I mean. Like, Alexin just shot it. Normally the D would get in his way. You can't interfere with him, but you don't let him beat you to the front of the net. And that was just a little wrist shot, and Foster kicks it right out in the slot area. So terrible rebound by Foster, terrible play by the defenseman that lets Alexin just go by him without doing anything to him.
Dick Umili hasn't been to the Frozen Four in 7 years. Again, RIT, they've never even had a chance to get to the Frozen Four. This is their first tournament appearance.
I've never seen the Frozen Four.
6:10 to go in the second period. The next goal is really the entire game. New Hampshire has to get the next goal. Down 3-1. Kessel's wrist shot saved by Jared DeMichael. DeMichael, what a story he is. Senior year at his prep school, didn't even play. He was a backup to Jonathan Quick. He has watched his team get 2 goals in 13 seconds. And they lead New Hampshire 3-1 with a trip to the Frozen Four on the line. He's a forward, Thompson.
Yep. Center. Yep.
Tiger Nation's in full effect. And Barry, I know how you've harped throughout the years of having the right guys in the right position. Defensemen in front of the net, not forwards in front of the net. Why?
Well, this is a harmless play. Look at, you got a forward back there for UNH, but it's 2-on-2. This man eliminates this guy gets this guy. But what happens, the pass goes, lets his man go, and you see what happens. All of a sudden now, it's a 1-on-1 with a forward playing defense. He goes down, Brenner just makes a great play. The forward was out of position, he didn't know how to play defense, and the defenseman who was back there didn't take the man he was supposed to. So 2 bad mistakes right there by the forward and by the defenseman.
We will see Dick Umili really shorten his bench now. He will get the big line out there as much as possible. They're down 2 goals, and the big line's out there now. So Coach Umili has Butler and DeSimone and Thompson. Kessel, stop shot, wide of a screen to Michael, and back come the Tigers in transition again, chipped ahead. And here they come. Nick Reynolds and Kornakia and Janda out there now. Campanelli picks it up. UNH, they were very calm yesterday, down 1 goal. How calm will they be now, down 3-1? Here comes McReynolds. Taylor McReynolds working on Campanelli. Good hard hit by Campanelli. DeSimone chips it, but he chips it right over to Kornakia. Foster, the UNH goaltender, trying to find the biscuit. One post, the other post, side to side. Kornakia behind the net. Going back to the point, slap shot by Tanev. He fans on it. He asked for it. He got it, but was able to deliver a good shot.
Tanev likes that one-timer. That's going to be a big shot for him in a couple of years.
Butler, Thompson. Over to Butler. Has some room working on Tanev. But plenty of Tiger help back. Plenty of support. 4 orange jerseys quickly converged on Butler. Tanev gets it ahead to the forward. And back comes the other way, Stevan Matic. Matic entering the zone, backhands in front. Slots up by Murphy, no. Rebound, score! Stevan Matic, the senior from Burnaby. We talked to him after the first period. He said he was happy with their opening frame, and things are looking good for the Tigers. They lead 4-1.
UNH is falling apart, John. They're weak in front of their net. They're not winning any physical battles. The goaltender was weak. He went down low. The puck went right through him again. This is a team effort. Right now, they're frazzled. We're seeing a timeout called by Dickie Millie right now. Look, they got numbers back. There's no problem. There's lots of white jerseys back, but nobody eliminates anybody. Nobody's knocked on their butt. The white jerseys are all looking at each other. Foster's on his knees. The puck goes through him again. Again, those guys got to be knocked down there. That's 2 or 3 chances. And again, the puck goes right through Foster as it has on 2 goals now. So, boy, weak in net, weak around the front of the net. RIT just wants it more right now. So this is a good timeout for Dickie Millie, but I'll tell you, it might be too late, and I think we're seeing a goaltender change.
3 goals in 94 seconds. 3 goals in 1 minute and 34 seconds. So what's the point of this timeout down 4-1 except to not make it 5-1?
You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly why. He can see his team's really screwed up right now.
Yeah.
He can see they're making a lot of mistakes. He can see they're back on the heels.
We saw Cornell do this
Cornell
yesterday.
did the same thing. So he's letting Foster settle down over by the bench. It looks like Foster's going to stay in. So they're letting Foster settle down. No one's even talking to Foster. He's talking to the backup goaltender. But watch this. They come out of their zone too easy. They got guys back. There's no problem. It's actually a 2-on-3. Now it's a 3-on-3. But look at, nobody knocks anybody down. There's a little bit of a slash. The one forward for UNH goes behind the net.
Thompson
17.
Again.
Thompson just goes behind the net. Nobody's stopping. You know, we talked about RIT being great fundamentally. UNH broke about 4 fundamental rules right there. And again, the puck goes through Foster at the end. He was weak in net. He was down on his knees and weak. So, but why was the timeout called? The timeout was called exactly to make sure it doesn't go 5-on-1. Foster makes a save there. Nobody's knocked down. RIT comes in. They win the battle again, and someone gets a second and third chance to throw it at the net, and it goes under Foster.
We had a video review here. The video review system under effect. Looks like the officials looking to see if there was goaltender interference. They say there was not. Appears to be a good call.
That's just being outworked. That's just a team that is a defensive team with not as much skill, just outworking you right now.
And Sean Murphy had one whack, but it was just a whack at the puck and did follow through and hit Foster's stick, but after that did not interfere with the goaltender.
Okay, I'm going to put my optimist hat on, my glass half full hat.
All right.
25 minutes left in the game. You know, they're 3 goals down. You know,
1 goal every 8 minutes, right?
Yeah, you know, so UNH can certainly do that. And that's what Millie was telling them over there too, guys.
Right.
Look it. Let's get going here.
But they can't give up any more. That's for certain. As they're down 4-1. And right now, UNH,
all the battles are won by RIT.
Just like Cornell yesterday, they've lost everything quickly. See if they can settle down to get that next goal. Chips it across now. Burt out there with Sislo and LeBlanc. Behind the net it goes. Saracino up the wall. Kept in. Kostolansky. There's LeBlanc. John Butchergross and Barry Melrose. This is the East Regional Final in Albany, New York on ESPN UHD. The winner goes to the Frozen Four in Detroit, Michigan. It's RIT's first appearance ever in this tournament. They're a program that's gone from Division 3 to Division 2, now Division 1. RIT hoping for a hit from behind on Favot. Doesn't come. Here comes Burt. Burt drops it for LeBlanc. No one there. Off the ice. Too many men on the ice, it appears, for New Hampshire, but it's called offside before then.
But you're exactly right.
Sloppy change.
It was a fire drill coming off that New Hampshire bench, just like we saw earlier. RIT made some terrible changes at the start of the game, and they've got those under control lately. But wow, so impressed with RIT.
Again, their first appearance in this tournament, and they are 1 win away from going to the Frozen Four. Dick Umilli and UNH, first since 2003. So 3 goals in 1 minute and 34 seconds has the RIT Tigers firmly in control at 4-1.
Become a friend of hockey and support the game. NCAA men's hockey fans, tune in to watch the NCAA men's Frozen Four semifinal games live on ESPN 2HD Thursday, April 8th at 5 and 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The NCAA Division I men's ice hockey national championship game will air live on ESPN HD Saturday, April 10th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. The road
UNH only got 14 shots.
Unbelievable. Right here at the East Regional. Fans, the NCAA Experience offers official ticket and hospitality fan packages for selected NCAA championships. Visit ncaa.com/hospitality for more information.
Welcome back to Albany, New York. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose, East Regional Final. The Rochester Institute of Technology firmly in control. This is the West Regional, taking place in St. Paul, Minnesota. St. Cloud State beat Northern Michigan in double overtime yesterday. Wisconsin was a winner over Vermont. Barry, some are picking Wisconsin to win it all.
Everybody loves Wisconsin. They just a complete team. They can do everything as Wisconsin teams usually are. They're very solid in all aspects of the game.
If Wisconsin wins that game, the winner of this game gets them. Keep that in mind. Last time UNH scored 3 goals in a period was March of this year, March the 12th at home against Vermont. So they are an explosive team. They do have that possibility.
We saw that yesterday with 2 goals in 26 seconds.
So as we saw, Barry, it was indeed too many men on the ice for New Hampshire. That line change was sloppy. The linesman made the call down here. We saw him point. So it was the linesman helping out the referees in a power play now for the Tigers. Here comes Thompson shorthanded. Wrist shot would have been wide. Still kicked aside there by DeMichael. Butler and Thompson out there on the PK. So this is great for RIT. They're up 3 goals, and now they also get a power play. We'll see if they stay as aggressive or they'll play a little more careful with the lead.
They'll play careful. You know, they're going to have 2 defensemen on the point. They're not going to have those guys pinching it all. The shots from the point, very simple.
Burt, Favot, Brenner in front. Save by Foster. And here's that sloppy line change, Barry, that led to the too many men on the ice.
And again, obviously we talked about UNH making mistakes mentally. A sloppy line change is that
2 players came over the board.
2 players. They had 7 guys out there right there. So that, again, that's just a case of not being ready mentally and making mistakes mentally. They know better than that. But again, they're a little flustered right now. They're out of control right now. They're in a new territory they never thought they'd be in, losing to RIT. So they're a little they're floundering right now, John. They need somebody on that team to make a big play.
Tanev and Ringwald on the point. Tanev across the box is what RIT loves to do. LeBlanc can't clear. It's kept in by Ringwald. Here comes Favot. Nifty player, number 28. So is Burt, the man with the puck, the Detroit native in front. Looking to clear, but unable to. Is Sislo. Tanev down low to Brenner. He has scored in this game. 16, wrist shot. Tipped in front nicely by Favot, but it can't get by Foster. This puck will come out of the zone.
Burt had the right idea. Tanev was wide open there with lots of time to shoot. Just went off the end of his stick. He didn't get enough on it.
Ringwald comes off. Haltigin comes on. Brenner goes back to Haltigin, who just stepped on the ice. Andrew Favot, number 28, having an outstanding game. Chips it down low to Brenner. Brenner goes around. Burt, number 18. Get it back to the point. It goes to Saracino. Saracino, Favot. And they're winning every race of the puck, though. The RIT Tigers. Cameron Burt. Burt. Haltigin. Wrist shot towards the get. Redirected in front by Favot, but wide. Brenner out battles Kostolansky. Brenner, number 16. To the front, but he throws it right to Bobby Butler, and back comes Butler. He'll throw up. Number 2, Connor Hardoa. Connor Hardoa, 4th line center to Butler. Butler looking to beat Favot, who's been out there for a while now. He's got to be tired. Got to be careful here. Hardoa, wrist shot. DeMichael might cover that up and get a face-off. Instead, it's clear. This will be icing, so the Tigers have to remain on the ice. This skaters have been out there for a while. So this reminder coming up at the intermission report on Sports Center U with Lowell Galindo and Bob Norton. Number 1, Miami of Ohio, off to a great start. Miami wins over Alabama Huntsville 2-1. We'll have a West Regional Finals preview. 1 versus 2, Wisconsin and St. Cloud State. And Butler to the Final Four. We're talking basketball and hockey on the intermission report coming up in 1 minute and 40 seconds. Face off to the left of Jared DeMichael, who's only seen 14 shots. RIT has carried the play today. DeMichael has not had to be sensational. His team's been so good in front of him. Back the other way. Brent Alexin going for it. Alexin, who has scored in this game. Along the wall, working there with Adam Hartley. Hartley, number 22, a couple of big guys out there, 6'3" and 6'1" for Wayne Wilson.
Great corner work down there.
Yeah.
That's killing time and it's keeping the puck 200 feet from your net.
Great work by Alexin and Adam Hartley, this man, number 22. Here's Scott Knowles, the birthday boy with the puck. Phil DeSimone on him, trying to fish it out. He does. DeSimone. Oh, turnover. Alexin picks it up, goes back to Knowles. Knowles slap shot, shoulder save, rebound in front. Cannot get under the pad of Foster. Boy, Hartley almost had another one. Almost made it 5-1. They're exhausted from that board work, and they make a change. Down the ice it goes. This will not be icing. Almost just wait off at the last minute. Chipped up ahead. Under a minute to go here in the second period. Kessel goes back to get it. He chips it up. But once again, the Tigers winning every race to every puck. Shots on goal, 25 for the Rochester Institute of Technology and 14 for the University of New Hampshire. Thompson looks to win it. He does get it out. So again, 3 goals in a minute and 34 seconds, and the complexion of this game, of this region, has completely changed. The story has been RIT. One more chance for New Hampshire. Thompson can't get it off with 6 seconds to go. To Butler. Butler throws it in front, can't get it through, and that will do it. After 40 minutes, the RIT Tigers are 20 minutes away from the Frozen Four. Let's send you now to Lo Galindo with Sports Center U. He would have kept it. Yeah. Yep. Peter, can you hear us?
Yep.
Okay. That's Peter LeBlanc, number 9, the senior for New Hampshire. Peter, what happened? 3 goals in a minute 34.
We had a bit of a lapse, and they got a couple of rebounds that we didn't clear in front of Fost, and kind of left them out to dry a little bit.
Well, Peter, you're a senior on this team. You've been through tough times before. Now, what's going to happen in the dressing room? Are you one of the guys that's going to talk? Is it Bobby Butler who will be the guys doing the talking in there?
I think we'll all be kind of trying to figure out what we got to do. I mean, we got to obviously score a couple of goals, get traffic to the net, and we got to find a way to put pucks to the net and put them in.
Yeah, early March against Vermont, you guys, similar situation. You're down, you explode, and you come back and win. What happened there that you can use today?
Just kept things simple, and I think we had a higher energy level in the third period, and we got to hope we come out with a lot more energy than we did in that second period.
All right, Peter, good luck.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, Peter, go get some rest.
Thank you for being a good sport and for participating in the crowd crawl. Fans log on to NCAA.com and click on Your Opinion Counts to help us build more winning
They didn't score on it, but it's just, you know, it's just shows exactly what we're talking about, how they're winning all the battles. You know what I mean?
classic NCAA championship video. NCAA.com/NCAA on demand and get your part of NCAA history. If you have an idea for a story for the NCAA on Campus TV show, let us know about it. Email your idea to us at ncaaoncampus@ncaa.org. We'd love to hear from you. It's everything NCAA, and it's on campus.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what I want right here. Start it right here. See, right here. Puck goes deep. Yeah, this is what I want. 2-on-2. And get out of it after the shot. Freeze it right. Let it go. No, back it up, back it up. I want them freeze them when they're 2-on-2 right here. Stop it right there. Perfect, right here. Freeze it right here. Yep. Let it go down in the corner. There, freeze it right there. Yep. Perfect. And then let her go. That'll be good. I will do it live. More fun doing it live. Oh, perfect, because this is against Butler line, too. Are you pre-law? Goes all the time, though. Are you from Glens Falls? Are you from Glens Falls? That's why I used to play for them a long time ago. Your friends are very smart. Oh, you Kornheiser? Is that right? Tony was telling me about. Tony was. the other day. I did the show the other day, and Tony was telling me that his best friend was from Glens Falls. So that's your husband's father. Get a little sick of it, do you? You get a little sick of it, do you?
Do 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 do. I don't. Yeah, they don't. Their legs look done. Do 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 do.
That Mazzei line is eating up the Butler line right now.
Sure are.
They're not done yet, man. They're not done yet. That'll be the common thread in that dressing room.
He's a strength coach. I was out with him Thursday night. Works with Jonta in the summer and all those Rochester guys. Tony. He used to do the NHL Tonight drinking game when he was in college. When he used to watch NHL Tonight.
What was that game?
I don't know. You're funny. I didn't ask him the rules.
It's got to be something about every time you said a song reference or something.
I got to find him.
Every time I said a name wrong.
Where is he? Tommy. Tim Insko. Timothy Insko, athletic trainer and strength coach.
Now, does he work with the basketball team too, John, or is he strictly
That's a good
hockey?
question. I'm thinking yes, but I don't know. It says RIT hockey. I don't know, but
because I know that remember Scriven said that one of the reasons Cornell, because they work their strength and conditioning guys are so good.
And
you know, he was talking about the basketball team too. I can't believe they can have a strength and conditioning coach for each program.
I wouldn't think so either. But
maybe like USC could or somebody.
All right. Timmy.
Butchie's favorite player, yeah.
I got some good stuff on DeMichael if you ever want to do either a get to know or give me an ISO of him on a break. I give a quick rundown of how he's persevered through his career.
I laughed, I cried.
Some good stuff. Burt to Detroit. Yeah. Yep. I think they will. This would be a shocker if this is a bigger shock if UNH comes back.
No reason to think DeMichael's going to fall flat in his face all of a sudden.
No.
Torrington, Connecticut.
Yeah, baby. Welcome back to the NCAA Hockey Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. And this catfight is being won by the Tigers of RIT. Jared DeMichael leads them back on the ice. 3 goals in 1 minute and 34 seconds, and they're in complete control, Barry.
Well, you can't think the goalie's going to fall apart. DeMichael, he's been great so far in this tournament. But again, the puck is being played in the corners now. That's bad news for UNH. They have to play a wide open game. That's not happening. Here's the play to Brenner. Great individual move. This line's been fantastic. Mazzei's been unbelievable. Right here, you're going to see another goal. This is Alexin. Just goes in, wins the battle. Nobody's knocking him down. No one's winning any battles except the RIT guys. Here's a backhand. Now watch all the white jerseys. Nobody's being knocked down. Everybody's standing around. And I talked about bad news. This is bad news for UNH. If this game's being played in the corners, man-on-man coverage. We got a guy high. Everybody's where they should be. But who comes out with a puck? It's RIT. Everybody's reaching. Everything looks good. That's DeSimone. That's an offensive player. He's beat because he's had to battle in the corner. And we're going to see another good scoring chance. And there's the shot right there, finally. But boy, great job by RIT playing deep in the UNH zone.
It was tied with 6:37 to go. And back comes RIT, the Tigers, 20 minutes away. This is their first appearance ever in the NCAA Division I hockey tournament, and they're 20 minutes away from going to the Frozen Four. UNH would love a quick goal here in the third period. 4 times this year, New Hampshire has scored 3 or more goals in the third period.
Well, they can't sit on it. They just can't sit back and think that UNH is going to fold. UNH is a proud team. They got a great coach. They're going to come at RIT big time.
Back the other way now. Sean Murphy in alone. Very second period shots on goal. 18 for RIT, 6 for New Hampshire.
I know, 14 shots against, and you got a goaltender you knew you had to get rubber against in DeMichael. He's had the easiest night he's probably had in 3 months.
Talk more about Jared DeMichael's odyssey in net coming to this point. Meanwhile, New Hampshire trying to get that next goal, and they need the big line to do it. Thompson had a good game. Throws in front. Tip just wide as Blake Kessel went all the way to the top of the crease. The defenseman, DeSimone. Butler calls for it, but it can't get through the defense of the Tigers. And back they come. The man up. Too far. That will be icing. As number 19, Tyler Mazzei, was sprinting, and with the activation of the defense, meaning the defense will be very aggressive, you'll see chances for RIT.
We saw the same thing yesterday against Cornell. Cornell started taking chances. Butler scored goals because of it. Sissel scored goals because of it. UNH has to do the same thing in this game. They basically have to pinch. They have to knock passes down. The defense have to activate to the front of the net. That will create 2-on-1s and 3-on-2s for RIT.
Kostolansky shot, tip, saved by DeMichael, as LeBlanc was waiting for that redirection from Kostolansky. Once again, this is a man, Jared DeMichael, has been through so much. His senior year at prep school, he was behind Jonathan Quick, who now plays for the Kings.
That's not good.
He went to the NAHL for 20 games. He went to the EJHL for the Boston Harbor Wolves, 2 terrible teams, and then the USHL Chicago Steel, who are also cellar dwellers. And he didn't really begin to play here at RIT until last year, and here he is as a senior, about to go to the Frozen Four. Talk about a story of perseverance, Barry. He never gave up on himself.
And that's the type of guy that an NHL team will look at and give a chance to. He's played great in this tournament. He was unbelievable yesterday. Hasn't had to be as good today so far. But he's just the type of kid you fall in love with his personality.
So once again, Jared DeMichael.
And he's got a good playoff beard.
He does. He got a Hartford Whaler logo. You see it right there on the back of his goalie cage. He was
the whale.
He grew up in Harwinton, Connecticut. He went to prep school in Avon, Connecticut. Avon Old Farms, like we said, his senior year, Jonathan Quick, who was on the Olympic team this year as the 3rd U.S. goalie and having a great year for the LA Kings, was in front of him. As we look at that whale logo, they left town when he was 11 years old to Raleigh, North Carolina, but many in that area, including Jared, haven't forgotten. Campanelli throws it, an easy save by DeMichael, who chips it away in the corner. He's done a good job keeping the play alive. His team has won every battle. Why not keep the puck alive?
And they're good on draws. They were great on draws yesterday, and they're doing a great job today. You don't mind taking whistles or keeping the play going if you know there's going to be draws.
Tanev and Ringwald out there. Here's that Favot, Mazzei, Brenner line in orange. 28, 19, and 16 in orange. New Hampshire down 4-1. Haven't been to the Frozen Four since 2003. Here comes Dalton Spielman on net. Saved by DeMichael. We're starting to see more rubber. New Hampshire, they seem to have responded a little bit with a little more legs. Moses turns, got nothing on that shot, and back come the Tigers. Up ahead they go. Mazzei down the left wing. Toe drag move, cannot get by Campanelli. Moses easily stripped by Favot.
Mazzei was a little tired there. He probably just should have shot it and then went to the bench.
Here's Kessel. He can provide some offense for New Hampshire, number 20. And White, he'll go off now and make a change. Kratos is out there on defense. Kratos. Fourth line out there. McCary, Hardoa, Henrian. Dick Umili trying to get something going here. As the puck goes in the netting and the faceoff will come to the left of Jared DeMichael.
Again, when you're a defensive team like RIT, when you got a great goaltender and a hot goaltender like RIT, and you got a team that's good on draws like RIT, again, you don't mind slow play. You want lots of whistles, you want icings, you want offsides. You just don't want any flow going in this game for UNH.
Again, that's what's at stake, a Frozen Four for both. It would be the first ever, of course, for the Rochester Institute of Technology. It's only 284 miles from Rochester to Detroit, site of this year's Frozen Four. Thompson, Butler, off his stick and into the corner. Wins that physical battle. DeSimone behind him, and back to Butler in front, a bit behind him. Kipp keeps it in, out there with Kostolansky on defense. As New Hampshire's big line is out there. DeSimone makes a nice move behind the cage. Thompson's back there as well, hit from behind. Hard by Saracino, up the wall and out.
I like Adam Hartley for RIT, a big centerman. He takes a lot of the key draws. He's a freshman. He's playing really well in this game. You don't notice him much, but defensively he's very solid.
21 years old, 6'3", 190, 8 goals this year. Took some big draws yesterday against Denver down the stretch.
Whoa!
Weird bounce off the stanchion. Nothing doing. Kostolansky picks it up out of danger, and here comes Butler. At the end of his shift, he's just about out of gas as Ringwald brings it up. Thompson throws it in front. Kicked aside by DeMichael calmly. Big pads on the ice.
Well, you know the Butler line's probably going to be a double shift. That means they'll probably come out every third shift. They'll be out one shift, day off, one shift again. So they're going to be on the ice a lot.
And we do got three TV timeouts. However, Dick Umili did use his timeout in the second period. There's a grab, nothing called. Pass in front, fanned. Just gets by Taylor McReynolds. He had the 5-1 lead on his tape.
Great play by Burt. Great play by Burt there.
Cameron Burt, number 18. Turnover at the blue line. Taken there by Matic. Almost brought it in. Delayed offside. Delayed offside still on Rochester. Out it comes Burke and LeBlanc and Sislo out there for New Hampshire. Cameron Burt out there with Sean Murphy and Steven Matic, the second line. Murphy, number 17. Nice pass to Matic. High stick. Played by himself, and back comes New Hampshire. We play 5 minutes.
This is RIT. This is what they want.
Perfect.
Right in the neutral zone. Lots of bodies, no speed. This is perfect for RIT. Good play by DeMichael there. He handles the puck very well.
Mazer's out there. Puck around the cage, but out of danger. Chipped out by Burt. Campanelli keeps it in. And here comes Burt. Cameron Burt to the middle. Slapper high, and they'll make a change.
He was tired. He'd been on there for a long time, that line. So that's a smart move.
LeBlanc. This is a very veteran team. No one younger than 20. Back they come. Here comes Mazzei, number 19. Throws it in front. Redirection just wide as Tyler Brenner was looking for another one. Mazzei wrap around. Great job there by Brian Foster to hold the post. So some crazy bounces, but all the bounces going RIT's way. The crazy bounce, and then there's number 11, Taylor McReynolds, the sophomore. Oh, so close, but still great shape for the Tigers.
We would like to congratulate Amherst College on winning the Division III Women's Ice Hockey National Championship. Amherst College defeated Norwich University 7-2 to win its second NCAA Division III.
The NCAA Hockey Championship is presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We'll pick you up. 2010 NCAA Frozen Four moves to the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan in April. National semifinals begin Thursday, April the 8th. Here's a Northeast Regional in Worcester. Yale with a big upset over North Dakota. Boston College taking care of business over Alaska Fairbanks. Tomorrow, 5:30 on ESPNU, the winner of that game will try to scan their ticket. They don't punch tickets anymore, Burt. They scan them. So looking to get their tickets scanned tomorrow.
They iPhone them. You don't even get. You take your ticket on your iPhone now.
Yeah, but they don't punch tickets.
No paper anymore.
I don't want to hear announcers say that anymore. 4-1. You see the time. You see the score. East Regional Final. John Butchercross, Barry Melrose. The RIT Tigers, their first appearance ever in this Division I hockey tournament. They have a nice, rich history at the Division III level and Division II. They move up to Division I, and they clearly belong. Knocking off Denver, and now about to knock off New Hampshire, but back they come. Wrist shot saved by DeMichael. Dalton Spielman, a great opportunity, but DeMichael is there. New Hampshire has outshot Rochester in this third period. Brenner hustling. Foster clears it aside. That play right there exemplifies the effort given by the Tigers today. Back come the Wildcats. Oh, way offside.
No, John, you hit the nail on the head. That second effort, third effort, that's what RIT's got going for them right now. We've seen that all game long.
NCAA.com. Log on. Check it out. 2010 NCAA Frozen Four coverage. Again, it's in Detroit. Ford Field. Barry will be there with Gary Thorne calling the action. National semifinals on ESPN2, don't forget. Finals on ESPN. Shots on goal this period. 5 New Hampshire, just 1 for the Rochester Institute of Technology. They're 13 minutes away from this Cinderella story. They're a red-hot team. They came in hot. Wayne Wilson's crew, he played defense at Bowling Green as a player. Began his coaching career there as an assistant. Been at Rochester now for 11 years. He has seen this program grow. The corner crew, the fans have come en masse here. They're a great, really funny, witty group. And you see the sea of orange as the puck moves down. There they are right there. And they've been a great support group for this team, for this RIT Tiger squad.
They are fun to watch. They got some things they do in warm-up and before the game. It's pretty funny.
Really good. 3-goal lead. Rebound in front, shot goes wide. Birthday boy Scotty Knowles almost gave himself a present as the puck went loose. Here comes Thompson with speed. Down the right wing, throws it in front, but nobody there, and back in transition the other way. Here comes Brent Alexin, loses control.
Whoa, lots of orange sweaters on the ice right there.
Bobby Butler frustrated. Thompson goes down. Back and forth they go, hard hits. Here comes Rochester, shot goes wide on the wrist shot there by Mike Janda. Janda, Taylor McReynolds, Mark Kornacki out there for RIT. Chris Haltigin chips it up. Foster plays it behind the net. 25, Mike Beck and White chips it up. Here comes LeBlanc. He has Sislo and Burke.
There's just no room, John. There's no speed. There's no guy to give it to. He's picked up. Great back checking. Excellent job of hockey.
First shot in front. Save, turn, LeBlanc shoots, but he whiffs on it. Every time, just the pass has been a bit behind. The shot opportunities have been a bit off. It's a small margin, but there's a big difference in the scoreboard.
Well, DeMichael was there for the rebound anyway. It's almost like he's kicking up a few rebounds now just so he can get some shots. Probably feels like he's not getting enough work, but again, they're a defensive team. Coming into this tournament, RIT knew they were going to face teams with more offensive weapons, better players, more skill. But they just take those things away with their system and how hard they're working. They're just outworking. They outworked Denver in the first game. They're outworking UNH in the second game.
Mike Borisanock out there now. Steve Moses, John Harrion. Moses wins the battle in the corner. Comes around the net, looking to create something, but turns away. Whoa, it hit hard. Erased by Chris Saracino, who's been a physical force on defense.
He's had a great game. We've mentioned his name a lot today.
Borisanock with speed through the zone, but again, suffocating defense by RIT. Here comes Cameron Burt, the Detroit native, hoping to go back home and play in the Frozen Four. Here come the Wildcats now. 11:05. They need 3 goals to tie. Burt. Cameron Burt chips it up to himself. Behind the net it goes. He really sets the attitude for this team. A practical joker. as a turnover comes. I was here on Thursday, Bray, when they were taking their skates, and he said, what's with all the pictures? We belong here. He felt too many people were taking pictures like they wanted to fill their scrapbook and saying, just in case we're never back there. But I could hear him screaming back there in the tunnel, back by the dressing room, we belong here. What's with all the pictures? And that kind of attitude has the Tigers 10.5 away from Detroit, his hometown.
Well, he can take everybody over to his mom's place for dinner. They're going to be home in the 3-1-3.
Sean Murphy will go change. Tyler Mazzei out there, number 19. Very effective.
Look at that.
And a wrist shot save as Andrew Favot had a great opportunity. High in the cage shoulder pad area. Mazzei again behind the net. Wings in front, throws in front, taken by Campanone. And a shot! And a goal! Tyler Brenner! Number 16 has his second of the game, and it is 5-1. RIT spells W-I-N.
I wondered where you're going with that. All I know is UNH cannot handle this line. They haven't been able to handle them all game long. Defensively, they've ate UNH up. Offensively, Mazzei, Favot, Brenner, just a great job. Right here, you just see second effort again. Stick on the ice, winning physical battles. It's just an unbelievable job by this line. This line has just been fantastic. Burt's line was the best line against Denver, but this line, Favot's line, has been the best line tonight against UNH.
Tyler Brenner, 6'2", 190 from Ontario. Came into the game with 12 goals in 31 games, but he has 2 in this one. Now he's up to 14 in 32, and it's 5-1 under the 10-minute mark. And
Mazzei makes that line go, but the other two guys compliment him unbelievably.
We talk about Andrew Favot. Wayne Miller says he's the heart and soul of this team. Small guy, but the biggest heart. 5'6", 160. Yet he gets it done. He plays bigger, he looks bigger, and he came to play. 5-1 now. New Hampshire looking for something quickly. In front, Sislo, save to Michael, a couple of saves, and he covers up. Well, it was tied in the second period, but 4 goals in a row. And the corner crew in full effect in Albany. RIT looking good to get to the Frozen Four.
Thank you to the official NCAA equipment supplier, Bauer, for helping to make opportunities available for NCAA student athletes.
In the second period, freshman Nico Dimitriopoulos gave Maine a 2-goal cushion. New Hampshire, in its first title game, clawed back. Darren Hayner got
I think it's the ultimate goal for every team. Every year they look to get to the Frozen Four and have a chance to compete for a national championship.
It's just exciting for our program, first time being the NCAAs, and it'd be amazing to make it that far.
Since I first got to UNH, I dreamed about going to the Frozen Four, and to make it there would be a huge honor.
It would mean everything for me to reach the Frozen Four, for my family, my dad especially, and UNH, and for Coach Amelia.
We're kids playing a game right now, and to make it all the way to the Frozen Four and be on the national stage, it'd be an honor and a dream and a privilege.
Well, that dream's about to come true.
Wow.
Jared DeMichael and his RIT Tiger teammates are 9.5 away. And Bobby Butler, it appears his collegiate career will come to an end this afternoon in Albany, New York, and he will likely sign an NHL contract sometime this weekend, perhaps as early as tomorrow.
His father told us before the game how much going to the Frozen Four meant to Bobby, and that was one thing he hasn't accomplished yet as a collegiate. And unfortunately,
he won everywhere.
Everywhere.
He won at every level. Won a Pee Wee tournament up in Quebec, the famous Pee Wee tournament. He won that. He won a high school state championship at Marlborough High School, which his dad remains the head coach. And Hobie Baker finalist, was hoping to get to the Frozen Four and get that national championship hope, but he's staring at the clock. He can't believe his team is down 5-1.
I really thought that the only way that RIT could win this game is if DeMichael came in and stood on his head again and probably stopped 40 shots and was the first star of the game. That hasn't been the case at all.
They've outshot New Hampshire.
They've outshot them.
28-22, and they lead 5-1.
I'll tell you, other teams watching the tape of this group, boy.
Well, Wisconsin and St. Cloud State, the winner of that game, is going to get the Rochester Institute of Technology in Detroit.
You better respect these guys, and you better make sure you score first against these guys.
He scored first yesterday against Denver. Scored first today, although New Hampshire did get the tying goal. Shot saved there by Foster, playing his final game as a member of the University of New Hampshire. Don't forget the West Regional, as we mentioned. Coverage of the NCAA Hockey Championship continues tonight. Wisconsin, St. Cloud State, the 1-2 matchup. The winner goes to the Frozen Four and will play RIT in Detroit. The NCAA Hockey Championship presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car tonight, 9 Eastern. For more information, log on ESPNU.com. That shot sums it all up.
Holy cow.
And again, for the seniors, for UNH, this is such an emotional time because they know they're not going to win this game, and they know their career is coming to an end. Some will move to the next level. Some will have a chance to move to the next level. Some will not.
But John, and it's also that you will never be with this group again.
That's right.
And that's some of the hardest things is when you know your season's over as a player and you'll never be with this group again. You might be with some of them again, but you'll never be with the whole group again. It's a pretty emotional time. You're exactly right.
Sean Murphy and Cameron Burt and Stevan Matic out there. Murphy's had a strong game, number 17, the Burley junior out of Minnesota. Matic, the senior.
Two men on the puck, one guy high. 2 men in the puck, one guy high. They've done this all game long. They've done it for 2 games now.
Moses with Dalton Spielman. There's Murphy's. He'll chip and change. There's the backhand shovel towards Foster. Wide of his cage. And Mike Beck, the junior from Long Beach, California. Throws it up too far. That will be icing. As we talked about, the NCAA always looks at rule changes, and this is every couple of years, Barry, and this is one of those years where they will make some adjustments, and that adjustment you talked about, if you make a long stretch pass and it's just missed, a clear pass attempt, they will look to waive that off, perhaps, next year as not an icing play.
It just slows the play up. You got to have some discretion if you're.
You want to encourage that play, right?
I want them to exactly. I want that play encouraged, and I want to see races for the puck. I hate to see the whistle blow and everybody just stop. I don't think that's what hockey's all about.
Right, and it did sound like they will look at that very aggressively to make that change. Nothing like the long stretch pass in hockey and break a guy for a breakaway. And if it's icing, that discourages that play because you don't want to have an icing in certain situations against your team.
Exactly, especially late in the game.
Right.
If you're up by a goal, something like that.
All right, Paul Thompson, number 17's had a strong game, but unable to finish yet is this big line. Butler, DeSimone did have the 1 goal, a beautiful tip in off the Kostolansky slap shot from the point. But that's the only shot. It took a crazy bouncing shot to beat Jared DeMichael.
It took an unbelievable deflection to beat this guy. That's how good he's been.
6:59 to go. RIT's crowd in unison chanting victory.
How bad?
To who?
Well, there's no quit in the UNH band.
Did Butler win today? Who'd they beat? Wow. Going to the Final Four in Indy.
Is Butler from Indy?
Yeah.
That's the big basketball school in Indiana now.
Butler.
It's not
way better than Indiana.
It's not Indiana anymore.
Indiana's terrible. What are we doing again, Scope? Well, the winner of that game gets looks like RIT, Barry. Wisconsin, some say they're now, and things are maybe shaping out perfectly for them.
Hey, how can you say that?
You're starting to believe in RIT.
I'm starting to believe in RIT.
You're on the
they
bandwagon.
just beat Denver. They're going to beat UNH, two of the best. Denver was rated 1 or 2 all year long. UNH has got one of the most skilled
Hockey
teams,
East regular season champs,
and they beat them handily.
Destroyed them.
And so I'm starting to believe in the Tigers as soon as they get names on their jerseys.
Well, very aggressive move by Dick Umili. He has pulled Brian Foster with 6:59 to go, down by 4. So the goalie has been pulled, down by 4. Not giving up, scrapping. We want to set a signal to the underclassmen that we never give up, and we're going to fight to the finish.
You're exactly right, John. That's a great message. We're not going to sit on the bench and lose this game 5-1. We're going to try and win it.
Bobby Butler's out there with Thompson. DeSimone, LeBlanc is the extra skater. Shot gets by him. Race for the puck. Here comes the birthday boy. Knowles hooked from behind. That'll be a penalty. And Rochester will go on the power play. So Scotty Knowles, number 3, the sophomore from Ontario. Again, turning 23 years old today. Born March 23rd, 1987. Almost had himself an empty net goal.
He can't be born March 23rd.
March 27th.
You said March 23rd.
No, I didn't. The hearing's going, Barry. When you reach 60, that happens.
Okay. We'll have to check the tape later.
Well, it's like saying second half. Who would say second half at a hockey game? 2 minutes for hooking.
And the goalie's back in.
Peter LeBlanc, he's a senior playing his final game in a UNH sweater. Draft pick of the Chicago Blackhawks. Cameron Burt, number 18, takes the face-off. Born in Detroit, the Frozen Four in Detroit. I mean, so many interesting
in Ford Field.
Cinderella story in so many ways for the team in orange.
Can you believe RIT's first time in the tournament they get to play in Ford Field in the football field? They might play in front of 40,000, 50,000 people.
Unbelievable. Like I said, it's only 284 miles from Rochester. They will have a great crowd because you can drive. Some people can afford to fly. Others will choose to drive, pack up the station wagon, take 5 or 6 people at a time. A good crew here in Albany.
There's no such thing as station wagons anymore.
And hopefully the whole city will come together of Rochester. Even those who haven't been to a game all year. It's a great chance to go to Detroit.
Another penalty.
Delayed penalty on New Hampshire. It'll be a 5-on-3 opportunity, and they'll slap it down the ice on goal. And so DeSimone, Phil, the junior, Washington Capitol draft pick, goes to the box. So it's a 5-on-3 for RIT.
This last 6 minutes is going to be a long 6 minutes for UNH and Coach Umili again coming into this game. You know, you had to think, you know, RIT did us a favor knocking Denver out. I know they didn't not respect RIT, but you had to feel pretty good about your chances with Bobby Butler and Sislo and all those great offensive players on your team. And boy, RIT did it again. Great game plan, great execution.
Haltigin, Cameron Burt. Burt, the Detroit native with the puck. To Haltigin, number 24. Down to Favot, who's been outstanding the entire 2 days. Pass across. What a save by Foster. Unbelievable save. As number 6, Dan Ringwald, was coming down the weak side. Favot saw him, and that's what this team does so well, Barry, on the power play throughout the AHA tournament, passing the puck through the box. Of course, it's 5-on-3 here, but this is the pass they make really well.
They tried a lot. That's a great shot, too. He got a lot of wood in it. He just missed the open net. But again, you know, they spread it out. They go out, they go down real quick and across, and they catch the guys moving out to back. And boy, it's worked very well. They scored a beautiful goal in the first game against Denver, and they moved the puck extremely well in this game also.
RIT head coach Wayne Wilson puts out number 16 Tyler Brenner, try to get him the hat trick. Brenner, number 16, has 2 goals on the game. There he is, the 6'2", 190-pound sophomore from Ontario. So a 5-on-3 situation, a chance for him to get his hat trick, and Alex Ovechkin's got a few of those. A right-handed shot. He needs to gain about 40 pounds to get to Ovechkin's 230.
Yeah, I think so.
But he's been outstanding today.
That line's been unbelievable.
Absolutely.
That line has been better than the Butler line in this game by quite a bit, as a matter of fact.
Favot to Haltigin. Haltigin to Cameron Burt, the Detroit native, number 18. Slick passer. Haltigin, slap shot, save Foster. Favot behind the cage, waiting. Back to the point to Haltigin. Haltigin to Cameron Burt. Burt moving the puck wonderfully. That's Dan Ringwald. Impressive play there. Blake Kessel. Calmly, Burt brings it in. Here's Favot in control. He and Burt work so well together. Slick passers. Favot, Haltigin, wrist shot, saved by Foster, cleared out there nicely by number 15, Brent Kostolansky, the assist on the New Hampshire goal.
I love to see Foster battle like this. This is a great message to all the young players in UNH also.
Here comes Burt. It's now a 5-on-4. 34 more seconds. Top left of your TV screen. John Butchergoss, Barry Melrose in Albany. This is the final of the East Regional. And what a story it has been. The Rochester Institute of Technology about to go to the Frozen Four. 4:15 away. They knocked off number 1 seed Denver, who was the number 2 overall seed yesterday. And today, against a New Hampshire team who felt great coming in off their win over Cornell, they have completely controlled the game. They took a 1-0 lead. It was tied 1-1, then 3 goals in a minute 34. And that's all she wrote. And now it's 5-1 as teams are at even strength. And here comes LeBlanc. LeBlanc out. The Butler, DeSimone out of the penalty box. He has fresh legs. LeBlanc can't get it through. And that's been the story. Congestion in front of Jared DeMichael the last 2 days. Denver was still able to get 39 shots on goal yesterday, but New Hampshire has only 22 in this one.
Well, they take the middle of the rink away. And
clearly they do.
And UNH loves that stretch pass, and they love going side to side. That opens up their fast guys, and RIT is really taking that away. A lot of passes knocked down, a lot of skates and sticks in the way. Just fantastic job of defense.
Icing, so we'll stay here. Power play 0 for 5 for New Hampshire. So, of course, it's just a huge weekend. The last couple of days, it continues on. Miami is a winner today. They'll play the winner of Michigan, Bemidji State. Yale upsets North Dakota in the Northeast. They'll play Boston College tomorrow night, 5:30 on ESPNU. After that game will be the Miami game against the winner of Michigan, Bemidji State. It's Wisconsin, St. Cloud State right after us here on ESPNU. And RIT will be the first team to punch. Oh, I'm sorry, I almost said it. The first team to scan their ticket to Detroit. They're 3-10 away.
You don't even know what you've disallowed and what you've allowed.
Yeah, I'm a flip-flopper.
You cancel so many sayings, it's hard to keep track.
DeMichael steers it aside. New Hampshire trying to play hard to the finish. Bobby Butler so disappointed, hoping to get to the Frozen Four for not only himself, but his coach and his dad, John, who was here before the game. Talk about how Bobby's won at every level, a hard worker. He used to shoot 100 pucks a day when he was a kid in the driveway. Had blisters on his hand, would shoot and shoot and shoot and shoot. A dedicated player who will move on to professional hockey this weekend. Shot and a goal by Blake Kessel. So UNH fighting to the finish, right to the final buzzer. Blake Kessel, number 20, will get the goal, and that makes it 5-2.
Well, goals run in the Kessel family.
Yeah, they do.
Blake 10 goals this year for a defenseman. Started the season fantastic. He was leading the nation in goals earlier in the year. But again, just good movement here. You see the skill of UNH. They go through the box also. And I'll tell you, DeMichael almost came across and got that one also. But great puck movement by UNH. And exactly right, John. You love to see them just keep going, keep battling. So that's a good sign for all young hockey players, that you never give up no matter what the score is.
It's a great pass across the box there by Dalton Spielman. He gets an assist, as does number 15, the defenseman, Brent Kostolansky, who has an assist on both New Hampshire goals, the defenseman. So Spielman with a beautiful feed to Kessel. So once again, the goalie is pulled. As New Hampshire now down by 3. Stranger things have happened. As both players waved out. Thompson now working with Mazzei. Mazzei wins the draw. New Hampshire in front. Whoa. Thompson had a chance. Pinching his LeBlanc. Can't get it through. DeSimone in front. Puck battling around. A couple good chances there for New Hampshire. But again, the puck just not finding their blades at the right spot at the right time. Thompson, he's been a good force today for New Hampshire. Butler throws it across. Nice play to DeSimone. DeSimone back. His shot is blocked. Actually looked to pass it. And a breakaway the other way. Here comes Mazzei in alone. And he will score. Penalty was coming up. Either way, it's a goal. And Tyler Mazzei, the junior from British Columbia, puts the cherry on top. And Dick Umili and New Hampshire will head back to Durham, unable to make the final step as the Tigers do indeed tear it up. Wayne Wilson, they're going to Detroit.
John, if there's one guy that deserved a goal in this game, it was Mazzei. I thought he was fantastic. Brenner's had a great game. Favot's had a great game. UNH can't handle them. This line has been, from the start of the game, they looked relentless. They checked with great determination. They won physical battles and they scored goals. They just done everything today for RIT.
Well, the depth of college hockey just continues to grow. The Rochester Institute of Technology is moving on to the Frozen Four, and they're about to join the big boys. They've earned it every step of the way.
Anchorage, Alaska played their opponent tough. You got Alabama Huntsville played their opponent tough.
Unassisted goal from Mazzei. 75 seconds to go in this one. And, well, not going without a fight. New Hampshire down 6-2. Back after this. That's right, Lowell, and they'll get RIT. We'll wrap this thing up here, the final 74 seconds. Show you some quick crowd shots to get you right out for the big game between Wisconsin and St. Cloud State as our coverage of the NCAA hockey tournament continues here on ESPNU. Dick Umili and his team is going to head back to Durham with the outcome they did not want. It's really a bit shocking.
How many brackets had RIT coming out of here?
I would say 0. Yeah, most had Denver.
Well,
some had Cornell. Maybe some had thought UNH. Although I would think really Denver was the prohibitive favorite.
I thought this was the most talented bracket of the four. I thought this had the 4 best teams.
Paul Thompson comes in, sees Butler in front. DeMichael, great job, steers it into the netting. The faceoff will be to his left. Under a minute to go now. So Bobby Butler, as we mentioned, his final game, the senior. He's got multiple NHL offers. He'll likely sign one tomorrow. Slashing, by the way, a penalty on New Hampshire while we were gone. John Henry and the freshman out of Holden, Mass.
And Wayne Wilson, the coach of RIT, is just telling his guys, be smart.
Yeah, a bit of a slashing fest there.
Just skate away. You know, we got bigger fish to fry now. We're going to be one of the last 4 college teams left in America.
Here they come. Under a minute to go on the power play. Up 6-2. Dan Ringwald. Slap shot towards Foster. Mazzei behind the net. Puck cleared. Tiger Nation, the corner crew. They have stood.
Painted themselves.
Painted their faces, painted their chests.
Both sides of themselves.
Flags are waving. Signs are out. As they put a wrap on this East Regional in Albany, New York. The Cinderella story of the tournament so far. The Rochester Institute of Technology out of Rochester, New York. They're going dancing to the Frozen Four in Detroit. Wayne Wilson shaking the hands of the New Hampshire coaching staff. Jared DeMichael, the goaltender. They were loose, they were confident, they felt like they belonged, Barry, and they do.
Unbelievable job. It's a great story. They deserve it. It wasn't a fluke. The goalie was great, but the rest of the team was fantastic also.
Who will they play next? Once again, our final score, RIT 6, New Hampshire 2. The preceding has been an exclusive presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Will it be Wisconsin next? Will it be St. Cloud State next? Let's send it to Clay Madvik in St. Paul, Minnesota as our coverage continues live.
East Regional Champion and moved to Ford Field in Detroit, Michigan. There they will join 3 other teams at the NCAA Frozen Four for the RIT.
I like it. On you, right? On you. That's part of the recruiting process. Got it.
See ya. Yep, I'll be there.
That's Cameron Burt. Yeah, that's the Detroit kid, no doubt. No diggity.
Unless you want to grab, Mazzei was the best player on the ice.
I think Burt's the guy. Mazzei was good. That Detroit kid.
Yeah, he's going back to Detroit.
After we're done. Got about 5 more minutes. Wait there if you want.
Oh yeah, boy!
We have a trophy presentation.
Oh yeah, forgot. There's no trophy.
Oh, no East Regional trophy?
No.
You should cut down the net. Take it home. How about Patrick Waugh?
We haven't got to know. That was Brodeur.
Yeah, Waugh did it too when he first broke Sawchek's.
Who's the one that took all the time? Remember, it was harder than they thought?
Waugh took forever.
Yeah,
Then they learned from
they
Brodeur.
learned, yeah.
He did a couple, then he left, and they took care of it for him. He took a couple strands. And the first guy is always the toughest.
That was a net that wouldn't be cut.
Yeah. Now they shoot pucks through him. Then they couldn't get him cut. Oh, no interview? Good, okay. Thanks, Scope.
Thanks, good job, guys.
We going to Detroit! We going to Detroit! We going